Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Tonight, well, as the title suggests, I'm just going to be chilling a bit as we gather some ether currents and using my red mage because I don't want to waste the experience because, uh, ever since was it Stormblood or, I think it was Shadowbringers, but basically, regular quests will automatically, if they have this arrow, it means they sink down to whatever level your class is, as long as they're at the minimum of the one given here, so... And I don't want to waste the experience, so best delivered cold. Well now, the sight that warms the heart. Never thought I'd have the honor to meet the hero of your pedigree, let alone ask for your aid. You see, I've got a shipment of supplies to send down to the Tapper's Den, and having someone that knows the lay of the land by my side would go a long way to ensure the safe delivery. I'd go myself, but I have to carry the bloody thing, so if you'd be kind as to escort me, I'd make it worth your while. When you're ready, I'll be waiting outside. Come meet me, and don't take too long. There's monsters around these parts. Looks like another escort mission. Here we are. Dang. Well, for better or for worse, I'm going to be spoiling this discussion because I want to discuss Endwalker a lot, and there's no way to not do that here, so warnings abound for anyone watching this now or on YouTube when it gets uploaded. There you are. I knew you'd have the heart soul need. I guess the main thing that I wanted to bring up that I didn't in the previous stream was, about my feelings about Xenos, the end at the end. I will be honest and say I'm not a big fan of him, though a buddy of mine is, Copen, who I was partied with a bit earlier, he really likes the guy. Personally, I was a much bigger fan of Emmett Selk myself, but, there's a reason people get attached to the various characters here. As I mentioned during the storyline, I felt Xenos a bit one-note, but I won't sit here and say that they didn't at least make use of that one note. I mean, he doesn't pretend he's anything other than what he is, and nor do they, try to redeem him, they just stick to what he is. And in fact, I actually think he made a very good point when Jolis asked him why he's doing all, and why he's being awful, and he's would it really change anything I've done if I had a reason that met with your approval? I mean, that's actually surprisingly a really good point. No matter what reason he has, he single-handedly plunged his entire country into turmoil by taking out his father, who was, to be fair, was very charismatic. I mean, the fact people continue to believe in him even after rumors of his death, and even after the War of Succession, where he took power to begin with, he's both intimidating, strong, and also... Varus was intimidating, strong, and also charismatic, which explains why people believe him so hard. But Xenos, even Varus admitted he had no intention of allowing Xenos to be his heir because he knew what kind of person his son was, and they are not the type for leading. Let's discuss Magna Glaciers. It'll be some time before we've mapped the entirety of this vast expanse. It stretches north as far as the eye can see, unhospitable and the hardest of explorers. It's a wonder the Garleans survived it all, let alone went on to form the Empire. Seeing the Magna Glaciers with my own eyes, however, I've gained some understanding of their disposition. Yeah. I have to admit, well, I do kind of think that the Garlean storyline gets wrapped up a bit quickly. It's not a bad wrap-up. In fact, it makes sense, the best we could have expected for something like this. I don't know. As much as I meme about Fire Emblem having a lot of flaws, I will admit that it does a very good job of making it so that as soon as you finish repelling the invasion of your home nation or whatever and take the fight to the evil empire of the game you're playing, they do make a pretty good point to directly state, well, remember, even if the people themselves are aware that remember, we're now the invaders. The people themselves will not be very kind to us. In fact, may even see us as the true monsters, even if they know very well that their empire has not been very nice to the people they've been provoking. Yeah, they have no way of knowing that the situation will turn out better for them, let alone us. So, yeah. And though don't get me wrong, I understand that the twins are very young, and so they're understandably they're not going to understand how it's going to look to the general citizens. I mean, yeah, Xenos and Fandaniel were absolutely making a mockery of their own country, but an invading army claiming to help them, but for all they have without proof, they have absolutely no way of knowing that it's not going to be just trading one tyrant for another as far as they're concerned. Eh, And in general sense, it makes sense that most people would go for the devil you know versus the devil you don't. At least, and I keep bringing. I think even when I first started the story and we did this, I kept mentioning that without proof, and that's unfortunately the kind of sticking point. If we could prove our intentions were genuine or whatever, they'd probably be a lot more fine. The problem is it's very difficult to have that. And on that note, Quintus's graceful exit, less than graceful exit, I guess I should put it, was definitely pretty hard hitting. Some people were a bit disturbed, but yeah, I guess that was the fact it's also so early in the story, I guess to kind of show they aren't afraid to hold back this expansion. Oof. And I know some people have dealt with others who have done that sort of thing, so I can understand why it might hit a bit home for some. For Quintus specifically, I guess it was pretty rough because it felt pretty real, I get, for lack of a better term. Because the whole point was, they even mentioned that the first was always one of the more extreme factions, so even among the fact that he knew his empire was in bad shape, he still believed in its true cause of uniting the world through there. And once he realized that even his own countrymen were abandoning it, he, oh, yeah, it's clear he believed in it to the end because he felt that staging an attack on the people trying to negotiate with war, that just shows how desperate their situation was. And given it was confirmed the soldiers were in no fighting condition and the machines were in absolutely shoddy condition, shows that he knew very well he was potentially giving the order to have them die. But if they won, they'd at least have the supplies to continue, and I imagine hoping they were going to restore or the empire to its glory. Let's speak with this person since I've been holding off a bit. Discuss the Ceruleanbergs. This is only hearsay, but I'm told these masses formed when the cerulean bursts forth from the earth and comes in contact with the surrounding water, freezing instantly and capturing the moment of that violence forevermore. The water mixed in it prevents the cerulean from being set aflame, so we can't use it as fuel without refinement. The amount of cerulean we get after all that work is barely even worth the trouble anyways. Pure cerulean is wrestled straight from the earth, and that's what those rigs you see off in the distance are doing, or at least so I've heard. Yeah, the totally not oil rig. Honestly, the more I think about it, even if Fandaniel and, Alright, I shouldn't be doing this. Even if Fandaniel and Xenos weren't causing all these troubles, I think the Empire, in the general sense, must have been on its way out. I mean, first of all, they failed an invasion of Eorzea twice. That alone does a lot because it breaks the idea that their army is supposedly unbeatable. And then we helped liberate Alamigo and Doma. That's two of their biggest stuff. And to my understanding, we also help Bozjan wrestle control away from them in the Relic quest line for Shadowbringers, which, as I mentioned, I could not do because my old computer could not handle it. But yeah, and of course we heard from the others that Dalmasca was on its way to wrestling its freedom from the Empire without our assistance, which proves that even a Warrior of Light is not needed to win liberation from them anymore. Don't get me wrong, I think the Empire itself would have been perfectly fine. Oh, come on, really? Where was I? Oh, yeah. I think the Garlean Empire would have survived just fine being on its own simply by virtue. Oh, yeah, I guess someone else is doing the quest. Here we are, safe and sound. I couldn't have done without you, friend. Now all that's left to do is Good. Let's enter the caves to get some shelter from the freezing winds, eh? Sounds good to me. Yeah, like I said, Varus was a very charismatic and skilled leader, so he probably would have kept the Empire going as long as he lived, but that's kind of the key phrase. As long as he lived, and he directly stated he would not allow name Xenos as his successor, which means the Empire would once again be stuck without an heir, and as we saw last time, there was a bloody war of succession. Another one of those would absolutely tear the country apart, so for better or for worse, there was definitely a fall of Rome thing that was well on its way even before Garlean Empire was finished by Xenos and Fandaniel. Well, the goods have been safely delivered, but I'm afraid I have one more task. Of course, I could do it myself, but I'm afraid this calls for someone's skills I lack. You're not obligated. Seeing as I'm here, maybe you wouldn't mind hearing me out. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to help you out in a bit. Might as well help these guys a bit. Here we are. It's not a big deal, but it might help a bit, I guess. Oh, right, I should use this. Ethereal Compass. 75 to the south. Oh, that means it's very close. In fact, I bet it's right around here, behind the mountain range. Let's go there. What? No, what's over here, then? What? Oh, there's the ether current I was looking for. It was hidden here. Clever, clever. Alright, then. Now, as far as Xenos itself is, I did feel that our fight with him was pretty much a formality, but I knew that we wouldn't be able to just deny him while we were there, because at the end of the day, if Xenos is left alive, he'll just slaughter whoever he wants along the way. He had to be stopped one way or another, hence why I ended up making that decision at the end, where I just said, you can think what you like, but we need to end this now. Yeah, I kind of need this to keep myself alive. That looks like a dark knight. Perhaps I can help out a bit here, actually. Who needs healers? Actually, everyone. Red Mage's healing absolutely cannot replace a healer. Trust me, I have been in situations where the healer died, and I cannot do that. Here we are. Excellent. Alright, now where's this go? To the east. I have the feeling, yeah, it's up there somewhere. So how do I get up there? I am most likely going to have to go up that staircase up there, so let's go ahead and do just that. Yeah, overall, while I'm not a big fan of Xenos, I do think they did ultimately make good use of him. He made surprisingly good statements, and then I think the story would have genuinely lost something if he wasn't there. So, in the end, I think he was a good addition, even if he's not my favorite part. As far as the Empire itself goes, I'm curious how they're going to be going through. Like I mentioned near the end of the main storyline, now that they can't have the big reveal of, oh, the Astians were behind blank, or, oh, the Garlean Empire was behind blank, I'm curious of how they're going to be doing things. They might have a number of things, like discovering new worlds and stuff like that. That could be interesting. Or they could even have us go to other worlds, like trying to recover the 13th. For some reason, I thought it was the 14th, but no, it's the... When the world is split into 14 pieces, there's not... It was the source and 13 shards, and the final shard was made into the darkness void. That's the 13th, yes. I don't know how I messed that up, but welcome to me. I'm probably going to be doing that even more as things go forward. Oh, right, I should do this to find out where to go next. Northwest. Okie dokie. This is probably, so also probably state for the record, this is probably going to be my last stream of the year. Not that there's much of a year to continue to... Not there's much of a year left, mind you, but I figure it's worth mentioning just because, well, I've got a lot of stuff to be doing there, so... Plus, it's the holiday stuff in general, it's probably good to, deal with... I don't want to have to fight these guys. Oh. Wait, if it's that close, then I should be able to see it. Yep. I figured it was inside this building when I couldn't see it. Well, or on the other side of it. There we go. North, pure north. Okay, then. Stuff like the body swap scene are absolutely stuff that's going to be carrying with me. It's definitely one of my favorite scenes from the expansion. It was pretty neat, even though it was pretty short-lived and mostly just a mess with us. Automated death machine. Let's not deal with that then, shall we? Got a little ways to go still. Wait, southeast. Oh, I see. It must be on top of that, must be on top of that overpass, so I'll go grab... Oh, I can hear it. Oh, there it is. That's actually a bit easier to reach than if it was on the overpass. Alright, we'll just gather this baby real quick. There we are. More straight north. Oh, crap. See. I should probably get on this overpass to see if I can't get an... Here we are. Discover new location. Excellent. Interesting. Just pure north. Pure north. That means I should be able to see it soon. Yep. There it is. Light. There we are. Alright, where's the next one? Southwest, so... This way. How much progress have I made so far? I'll have to do the quest, but that's gonna be pretty quick, so... Only 4 left, actually. Oh, that's by going... This is going by a bit quicker than I expected. Although it's probably gonna take a bit longer for some of the other areas. Oh dear, was it supposed to be up there and I missed it? Missed it? That's entirely possible. Oh no, there it is. Darn, I can barely see it in all this snow. Well, fitting since it's winter right now. Or at least at the time of recording. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's probably going to be in around spring, I think. It could be late winter, because this is technically early winter. Or wait. Just purely west, eh? Go west. I'd make a journey to the west reference, but they were going to India for some scrolls, if I remember right, and in that case, I'd probably be going to Thobnair, which I may actually do right after this, because that's still one of my favorite areas. Alright, southwest, which means it's probably going to be in here somewhere. Okay, what's that enemy? Automated cavalry. Ah, there's the one I'm looking for. Alright, let's go ahead and grab this one then. Straight south, it seems. Okay, then. Now, for a distance, that actually kind of looked like Odin, which I think... Odin doesn't spawn here. But it's probably an edit of his model, but... they've done that a few times. There's a whole bunch of things I could speculate about the story here, but I don't want to repeat myself too much. I already do that enough as it is. Southwest. Should be around... there it is. There we go. Alright, attuning. There we go. Southeast, I see. It's quite a ways away, so it'll be a bit of a drive, for lack of a better term. Actually, I'm gonna make it a drive. Now let's see, where is it? Here we are, the Final Fantasy 15 crossover. If you have if you have a 4-player party, stack into one of these cars that everyone's actually in the poses from the Final Fantasy 15 crew, which I thought was a pretty nice touch. Straight south from here. Okay, got it. It also does play a song from Final Fantasy 15 while you're in it, but I turned off the mount music because I didn't want it change. I wanted to stick to the atmospheric default music of each area. Oh, northeast. Which means it's, yep, there it is. Huh, so close to Camp Broken Glass and I never saw it. Oh well, I'll just grab it right now. Is this all of them? Yep, I officially have all of the currents from here, so all I need to do now are the quests here. There's 2 here, and, yeah, 1 over here, near the porter. pursuit of power. Rhymelon would like your opinion on something. Ah, just what I was looking for. Let me introduce myself. I'm Rimlond of Ishgard. I've been put in charge of our arrangement with the Tapper's Den, you see. However, the very first Tappers to come bearing ceruleum had asked quite a lot of us, if I do say so. They wish for our help in getting the Platform G up and running. The very same platform that's been the head of the Imperial's primary energy pipeline. What's more, he's a Garly, and I was convinced the only engineers left were from conquered territories. In any case, I'm not qualified to judge the motives. I feel much more at ease if someone had your experience helping make the call. Thank you for your willingness. Let us go and speak with the Tapper in question. He's a man by the name of Appius. Alright, I just need to do these last few quests, and then I have unlocked flight in Garlemon. Gala, stranded at the station. She scans the surroundings, but for what and for whom? I've seen you before in Terratim, yes. I was part of the first group that transferred here, but there's something I'm trying to find. Small boy, red hair. Have you seen him? Nope. He's probably still refusing to budge. Oh, my apologies. Allow me to introduce myself. Gala, 1st Legion. I've been doing what I can for the refugees, though I suppose I'm one myself. You see, I always try to help those in need. Some might call me a busybody. In fact, before joining the military, I was a member of the Vigilis Urbani, and it was our duty to keep the citizenry safe. Old habits die hard, though, which is why I'm determined to look after the lad. He's been separated from his parents in the chaos, but he won't leave the station without them. Thing is, there's no place for a child his age to be fending for himself. You've seen the conditions here. He needs food and warmth, which you and yours have been kind enough to offer. I should go back and try and persuade him. Can I count on you to accompany me? It'll do good to see him. And to know that you're not the monster he thinks you are. Good. No time like the present. Hello, Appius. I suppose you must be the friend Remelon wanted to fetch. You have my thanks for getting him to agree to my proposal. Do not misunderstand, I have yet to agree to any such thing. I merely wanted someone else present to talk. Very well, though I don't believe my proffered deal would be a boon. Though I do believe my proffered deal will be a boon to us and Ilsabard continent alike. I used to work on the Platform G, you see, so I know more than most about the facility and its operation. That may be so, but your relationship with notwithstanding, why would a girl such as yourself be taking refuge? We've been led to believe the former workers residing there were from other territories. You're right on technicality. I was a supervisor rather than a typical staff. When the platform went down, it only seemed right to stay with my crew. I always thought we were close, but living alongside them had made me realize that I took them and their skills for granted, and that's to say nothing of the blind eye turned to their struggles. That's why I come to you. It's high time I'm being of real use to them, and someone else if we're lucky. If we manage to get our platform back, it'll dramatically increase our ability to pump and refine the ceruleum for everyone in the region. Sadly, we're a few hands short of a full workforce, not to mention a lack of supplies, which is precisely where you come in. Help us get things up and running again, you can have your share of the ceruleum. We couldn't come up with a more mutually beneficial arrangement if you tried. So he says. What do you think? Seems trustworthy to me. I haven't seen any hints that he's not trustworthy. Yeah, I've been leaning the same way myself. Ultimately, what he says about the potential benefits is true. Nonetheless, I doubt the higher-ups would assent to this. I suppose that's how it goes when you're dealing with military types. For what it's worth, I do understand the hesitancy to throw your lot in with someone from a hostile nation. Thus, part 2 of my proposal, I shall do a service to prove myself worthy. I had to look around the fringes of your camp before, and I've spotted a few ceruleum engines in need of repair. If I fix them up, your superiors would have no reason to suspect I want to see you driven out. Well, at least less reason in any case. Assisting us with the use of local technology would go a long way, I imagine. As I've not heard anything about ceruleum engines we've scavenged breaking down. It's not as if they're entirely useless yet, but I guarantee they're not running as they should. Give me the opportunity and I can be working more efficiently and much more safely. You're welcome to accompany me while I do so. That way you can ensure that I don't get up to anything suspect. And then vouch for me with your superiors. I have no objections. I trust you will sense if anything's amiss. Let's begin with a proper introduction then. We can get to work as soon as you're ready, Coda. My apologies for dragging you into this, but I do appreciate the help. Keep an eye on him when you do go inspect those engines. The ultimate objective is to get the engines running at full capacity, and the purpose of this inspection is to work out the parts we'll need. However, I would hate to fumble something and be accused of sabotage, so I'd appreciate if you could be the one to lay hands on the devices. Never fear, I'll be right behind you, telling you what to look for. If we inspect, say, about 3, we should have a decent idea of what needs repair. Okay, so he's another follow mission. Now, this reminds me of Stormblood when they introduced those telescope missions. They're similar to the ones where you have to zoom in on something or zoom in and then fire at something, like what happened with the Laportes. Ah, there's one right here. Cerulean engine. Interacting. Inspect cerulean apparatus. Now, this area is so small I probably could mount up and be fine without risk of him falling too far behind, but they really don't want me doing that here. Interacting. I imagine there's one behind this building. Well, there is not, actually. Huh. I don't see any glows inside the building, though, so I'm guessing it's not there. Plus, I doubt they want too many side quest interactives there, since the main plot has you interacting with NPCs who will be standing in there all the time. And if it's not here, it must be over here somewhere, because... I guess it must be inside. Because I can't think of anywhere else in this general area that could have one. Yep, there was one inside, and I just didn't see it. Actually, that's clever. You can see here, they wanted to make sure you couldn't just look into the window and see this. Alright, clever, clever. Ah, praise be to your deft hands. I now have an idea of our next step ought to be, though first I suggest we appraise Rimmel to the progress first. At least they sprint with me when I sprint. How are our engines? Alas, I feared each and every one we examined are guaranteed to break down sooner or later should you continue using them in the current state. Oh, surely you jest? I swear on my integrity as an engineer, you're in dire need of instruction on the properly operation of cerulean engines. You saw that little lamp light up when you touch the switch, correct? That only illuminates when there's an issue on the engine. Dang, so it's not one of those Apple machines where that light confirms it is off. They were switched off for want of fuel when the settlement was abandoned, no doubt, which prevented them from burning out, only to let them freeze solid. Instead, area or law to turn them on. The mistake they're in, I can only assume it didn't occur to you to warm them up first. I noticed you have heating technology of your own, but it'll do you no good should the engines that power them break, will it? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I'm a machinist from Frozen Climes myself, and what you say sounds plausible enough. Oh yeah, because he's Ishgardian. Very well, on behalf of the camp, I formally ask you to repair the cerulean engines, and I suppose that means we're taking responsibility if anything goes wrong. So you may, well, use your own two hands this time. That's a spirit I knew to come around. A lot of these will probably end up as fairly interesting storylines, but I do want to get these done as soon as I can, so... I'm not sure I can get there before... Rosa Red, violence is due. Some of these are pretty cute. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get there in time before it ends. Terratium, let's go here for the next quest. And as soon as I complete these 3 quests, I will officially have flight unlocked in this area. That'll be useful. Daddy, where is he? And finally, this is no longer a hostile base. My prediction is correct, he should still be around here. His name is Volosis, but most known better for his scarlet locks. Considering how reluctant he is to leave, I doubt he'd answer if we tried calling him. Would you mind helping me look? Not bad, but I also need to grab this here. A woman with startling blue hair is in search of her son who's disappeared without a trace. Excuse me, sir, have you seen a little boy with hair similar shade to mine? He's my son. I can't find him. It all started when I told him we ought to seek refuge, and he started wailing and sobbing like I've never seen. Next thing I knew, he was running for goodness knows where. Or we may have left the station altogether, and the streets above are rife with danger. Could you please come? Oh, will you? Bless your heart. If I know my son, he's probably tried to run to our house north. Try there before anywhere. He'll be easy to recognize with the color of his hair and all. That's a good ways away. I really do like a lot of the little quirks of the map design they added for these areas. I mean, you're easy to see here, but when you look around for it, you'll just see, oh, this is just a big rock. Look around for it, see if maybe there's an entrance, but nope. Seemingly nothing there. Oh, it's Alphino and Alizé, just like they promised. Coda, you came. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you. We've just begun our work here with the contingent local volunteers. Our foremost priority is establishing a number of survivors and distributing vital supplies. As we continue our efforts, we'll ensure everything is done in consultation with the Garlean people. This is their nation after all, and theirs must be their land's course. Coda, guess what? Just the other day I tended to a beast terrorizing this area, and afterwards the family thanked me. And on other occasions, soldiers of the First Legion taught me about the medicine they used. It's unlike anything I've seen in Eorzea. It's not all uplifting tales, of course, but every day I'm afforded the opportunity to grow. If only it wasn't so cold all the time. I didn't expect to see the twins and Garlemald again. Like you, they risked life and limb to save the world, and some say they've earned a lifetime of peace and quiet, yet here they are. When they said they wished to help us, they truly meant it. And if even outsiders haven't given up on us, how can we give up on ourselves? The road to recovery will be long and hard, but we'll spare no effort. We'll rebuild Garlemald to a nation all can be proud of, for those who are still here, as well as those who couldn't be. There's Volsus. And here's a lookout spot. There we are. Who are you? Volsus, we've been looking everywhere for you. Still refusing to join everyone at the other camp. I see. I'm not going anywhere, not without Mom and Dad. Don't you see? It's for your own good, though. Well, true, for a kid it's gonna be hard to properly understand that. Hey, I know you. You came here with Julius, didn't you? Please, you gotta listen to me. Mom and Dad are alive. I know they are. No one's saying they aren't. I'm sorry to burden you, but it seems like he's more cooperative once he's got this off his chest. Hear him out, would you? Longing for home. Volsus will not be moved. Again, this isn't... I have no doubts this would actually be a very interesting storyline as I help him discover the truth behind what happened to his parents, but... I need to unlock flight in these areas, especially since doing so will unlock... Well, it'll make it easier to do quests in here, period. Since you have all jobs on a single character in this game, it's pretty easy to just unlock flight and then benefit for all your future alts, more or less. And I do need to farm the tomes to do this here, but I'm not going to focus too heavily on that, if we're completely honest. I want to get... Like I said, I'm mostly trying to just relax a bit since it's the end of the year, and that part of it is because I wanted to stream, but I didn't want to do anything too strenuous, and so I figure, you know what, going around, finding the aether currents here so that I can fly, that's going to be good enough, I think. Automated satellite. Overtuned specimen, oh dear. I need to get rid of this thing, and I need to get rid of it now. Another blocked street? Who are you? Relax, I was sent here by your mother. Mother sent you? Tell her I won't go to the enemy's camp. I'm going home. He's made good an escape. You'd best resume your search. Yeah. Not helping is they established that the Garleans had a pretty big propaganda machine, so they absolutely made sure that that the general public would assume that any outsider was a monster seeking to destroy them. So it even gives more reason to justify subjugating them. After all. Hey, stop following me! Come on, I got blue hair like you do. I know how painful it is. Once again, he's taken flight and will likely be looking over his shoulder. Very sigh. Follow from a safe distance. He'll end in failure if you're noticed or fall too far behind. Should you fail, I know you're up to no good. Gasp. As long as I'm behind these objects, he won't see me. Perhaps I lost him. This way's blocked too? Gasp. Yeah, he's searching pretty hard. I'm going home, no matter what. No offense, kid, but I don't think your home exists anymore, given the state everything here is in. Gasp. Must have been the wind. Oh dang, he's actually going around the pillar to look. Gasp. Perhaps I lost him? Must have been the wind. Yeah, he's staring intently, but I guess as long as he's not moving too much, I shouldn't have any trouble. The vision cones are pretty huge in whatever direction he's looking, so I have to be careful. I think I might even want to hide behind this. Yeah, this is not in his vision cones, so I should be able to use this. Gasp. Oh, dang. I thought I told you to stop following me. Dang, I wasn't expecting him to go all the way around. Yeah, this kid's really clever. He knows. He actually knows to look around. The girl from before wasn't paying too much attention. She was mostly just sprinting, which makes sense, I guess. She was, after all, rather desperate. I'd also say Urianje didn't do a good job, didn't do a very good job searching, but I guess to be fair, it seemed, what he said at the end almost seemed to imply he was expecting us to follow him. This way's blocked too. I need to clear out my inventory, but to be fair, a lot of these items are going to be useful for other jobs when I start leveling them. Like a healer or something, for example. So I guess I can just use the regular dungeon queue leveling for that purpose. Gasp, yep. Because he actually does make an effort to look around the pillar. Luckily, well... Perhaps I lost him. Must have been the wind. Alright, now that we know he makes an effort to actually look around the, that a train car or a truck? It's a truck. Yeah, it looks like a truck, I think. I think I should be fine if I hide here, because he explicitly goes around onto this side to look. Gasp, yep. Someone there? Yep. It must have just been the wind. Yeah, use Bear Wind to help convince him that is indeed... I have to be careful because he clearly... This can't be. Oh, dang, I was right at the end, too, huh? I guess that makes sense. These aren't usually too long, after all. Duty complete. No, our home, it was right here. You again, leave me alone. I'm staying here to build a new house, bigger and better than the old one. Do you know anything about masonry? He's escaped it again, though this may be construed as a particularly tiresome behavior. Remember, he's only a child and knows no better. You should find him before it comes to harm. Yeah. I think they knew he was going to be considered very extremely annoying, so they felt it necessary to mention that. To remember, he's only a child. And indeed, he's a child who's lost basically everything, so he has no idea how to react. So he's just trying to go, well, if I go back home, everything go back to normal. Oh dear. Well, it makes sense. He passed by these along the way. It was only a matter of time until one went after him. Luckily, I can fix this problem. Searching satellite. Alright, let's go ahead and aid. At least I have Vercure in this job. Why do you care so much? We're enemies, remember? Why are you trying to help me? Well, you need help and I'm offering it. Nothing more complicated than that. I don't care what you say, we don't need your help. Mother's worried, I should go back to the station. Unfortunately, that's a very understandable child behavior. If they're confused and don't know what to do, they just try and go back to something they do know, to something that is familiar, something they do understand. And that's usually, in this case, that's home, but it could also be to someone they care about, like their mom or dad, something like that. Discover a new location. Here we are. Unfortunately, there's no home left, and that's why he was desperately trying to find an excuse there. If there's no home, I'll just build a new one. It can't possibly be difficult. Well, no, he's not even thinking about what it takes to actually build a house. just means, well, whatever it is, I need to do anything to bring things back the way they were. Anything to bring him to that comfort zone that he's used to. At least once this quest gets turned. I imagine it's going to be tough to rebuild Garlemald after all this, not just because of all the direct physical damage here caused by Xenos and Pendaniel, but also because, well, they don't want... Long story short, none of the other nations want another Garlean Empire to rise from the old one. I doubt there will. I mean, look at how many empires try to rebuild, only to not end up with the same glory. I mean, even the Holy Roman Empire, clearly taking the very name of the empire it was trying to be a copy of, never managed to reach the same level of glory. I was wondering when I would see you again. I have to report my son returned. Poor creature, you should have seen him, tears pouring down his cheeks, crying his apologies. I know you're the one who found him, and though he didn't mention a word of it. I almost couldn't believe my ears when he said he wouldn't mind moving to your camp. He was dead against it. What could have happened? It's because he saw that you have no home anymore. Oh, he was attacked by horrid Magitech, you say? Oh yeah, that too. Goodness, that must have been quite a shock. Thank you for coming to his rescue. There's a solitary lesson to be learned from all this, however, one that I hope he retains. Do not scorn a proffered hand when it's in need. Whether that be a friend or foes. At any rate, I thank you for finding him. It's not much, but please, I insist. This reward may be one of the best ones we could have asked for. Freebird, Garlemald. Aether Crenitume complete? Excellent. Alright, now that we have attunement here, let's go to Razahan then. I guess I could also do Labyrinthos, but I think I'd have more fun at Thavnair. Here we are. Northeast, so... I need to leave the city for this. Well, at least the port town. Oh, but a stepchild. I need to do a stepchild. I absolutely need to do this quest because that's an aether. That's an, yeah, that's a quest for an air current. Ogul. Stepchild. Ogul is looking around in trepidation. Why are there Matonk everywhere? Has this town fallen? What are you talking about? Ah, your face is known to me. You're the warrior who fought at Nadam. I am Ogul of Akano. It was your bravery and skill which inspired me to embark upon my own hero's journey, yet I foolishly blundered into a den of Matanga. Why do these others walk around with fear? Do they not care if they're slaughtered? These are not those like those of the Azim Steppe, that's why. I do not doubt your word. Your grandmother always warned me, if you encounter them, turn tail and flee as fast as you can. Their tails were awful and bloody, so now the very sight of them, it terrorizes them. No, I cannot stay here. I must earn enough coin to buy passage. Beg of you, stay at my side for a time, even just till I meet this Kankana person the sailors told me about. She said don't have work that pays a fair wage, so I'll see what she has for me. Ooh, that naming convention is what the elephant people use, so I'm pretty sure this person is about to have a very rude awakening. Still nice to see other people are doing their own journeys. Hearing what other people have accomplished while we're away is kind of neat. Even when it's not even if it's not story relevant, like, we hear a lot about the exploits and adventures of Estinian before he properly joins us for the Endwalker, and the end of Shadowbringers, but that's because he's a heavy plot-relevant character. Oh, yep, precisely what I thought would happen. This is gonna be hilarious. Oh, by the Dusk Mother, no one told me was one of the Matanga. Can I ask you to speak in my stead? Uh-huh. Welcome to Yilmad, traveler. I am Kankana. It's my job to assign the right work to the right workers. May I have your name? And Ogul, was it? Let me jot those names down. Oh, grandmother, why? Why'd it have to be one of them? Is your companion quite alright? They're from the Azim Steppe. Ah, an understandable reaction. The Gajasura tribe have done much to stain the reputation of our people. You are looking for work, though, yes? Many have been forced to take what they can get since the troubles began. I'm afraid also the simple jobs are all gone. As for what's left, I only have tasks for seasoned fighters. Does that sound like something you could do? Fighting. I can fight, lest you doubt. My skills are like that of Dragon Bane, the legend Chakazo herself. I'm not familiar with that name, but it sounds formidable. You sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out on escort duty? There's a group of artisans set up to harvest materials, and I asked to send any prospective protectors their way that I could, if I happen to enlist any. Oh, they're to set off. Is not do you escort them? It's to be a ritual dance performed in the Kaja's footsteps. They'll need incense, costumes, and the dancers and such. The entire thing was decided rather suddenly, so there's no time to waste. And these artisans, they also include the Matanga in the number. It was Ark Sadara that had submitted the quest. I hope that won't be a problem. Oh, not at all. I look forward to fainting my feet to the most feared enemy. Oh, I can't do this alone. Please lend me your strength of the victor of the Nadam. Half the reward of this task will be yours. Honestly, you can just have all of it. So, I'm pretty set for money. The artisans didn't plan to venture far. Leave to the west and you should soon come across your employer. Then that's where we shall meet. You'll find me there, yes? Dusk Mother, give me courage. Ah, you must be our belated escort, yes? Glad to have such a courageous... is your companion not well? She seems a touch, shaky. Of course, I should have thought of it before. I shall harvest the necessary ingredients while the artisan stays here. That way I have no need to fear him of being harmed. Wait. I must say, this is less than ideal. My people are scattered across the wilds. I wanted someone to roam around and ensure they're safe from attack. Is your friend perhaps frightened? I've met such travelers before. Well, no matter. If you could patrol the areas, I must attend to my own harvesting as well. Way to the east. That almost implies there's one in town. Northeast. You know what? I bet it's right here up against the... It's not? Oh yeah, there it is. Yep, I should have known it would be hidden there. Clever little thing. But I got you. Elms to the north. I hope it means on the top of there, right outside the city. Because if it's over here, that's level 85 area. Level 84 is a bit low, but it should be perfectly fine. Generally, it's 2 levels above the area level where you start to run into some problems. It's when the area is 2 levels above you that you might run into some problems. But even then, you could probably manage it. But 3 or more, I would absolutely not recommend it. Oh, dang. That elephant has some deep red eyes. Wounded. You are under attack. looks like there was 2, and our buddy managed to take out 1. Here we are. Tusks, trunks, bone-crunching feet. You must think me foolish. I was so absorbed in my task, I failed to notice the ground shaking at their approach. Oh my, yeah, 2 of them. That would definitely cause shaking. Still, my injuries are light and my satchel's full. Thanks to you, I can make it back to town in time to meet the others. What happened? Well, you managed to kill 1. Did you slay the beast? I slayed 1, you slayed the other. That was the thing, I took the first one by surprise, but the second, knowing it stood at my back, my mind froze, my body refused to obey. Grandmother taught me I should let fear wash over us like water, but to my shame I could not have failed her more thoroughly. Not to sound ungrateful, but why follow me? I was concerned about you, why else? You're on patrol. Forgive me, I should have awaited orders instead of running off alone and putting lives in peril. Come, we should return to our employer. I want to be sure the wounded man reaches safely. Yeah. Oh, I see it there, yeah. Of course, it won't let me just jump down. They have a lot of invisible walls preventing you from falling in somewhere you can't get up to. And I guess it makes sense. If you were to fall down here, and you're in the initial level you are when you reach this area, that is level 80, you're not going to be able to take on 85 enemies. There's just no way you'll be able to win. Deep breaths, let it wash over you. My colleague told me of his rescue, although we had hoped for an escort from the start. Imagine if you hadn't come at all. I've sent him and the others back to our workshop, so consider your duty with us complete. You have my thanks. As your payment, you can collect from Kankana. Right, I suppose we can report then. Let's see here. Is there any place I can teleport over there? Yes, there is actually. Palakistan. I'll do that in a minute then. Ah, there you are. Your employer expressed satisfaction, so congratulations on a job well done. As a response to the chaos, the upcoming ritual has been hastily planned, to say the least. As a consequence, the Artesians are hard-pressed to make everything ready. When times are hard, the people of Thavnair rely on such traditions to renew their faith and bolster their hearts with the teachings of the divine. The death of an Artesian would have thrown the whole thing into disarray, and thus your rescue was timely indeed. Please accept your payment. Have you just agreed? Are you interested in further work? If so, I may have something. I have no such troubles in Doma Kugane, I assure you. This is different. Oh, and there's also also the last 2 quests for this area, I think. Let me check the ether currents here real quick. There. 2 of the 3, I guess. There's 1 missing. I'll have to get that later. Weary Radiant. The Weary Radiant seeks someone willing to brave the wilderness. Ah, what luck. You look capable of braving the jungles unscathed. Would you help me search for a group of refugees I became separated from? Oh. As the chaos unfolded, I fled in the direction of the Agama Temple along with the others. There, one of those terrible beasts fell upon us. I lost track of my group in the process. While I was able to make my way there, none of the others happened. I worry for their safety. It'd be nothing more than search myself, but all hands are required to defend this place. Agama Temple's in the west. Please journey there and guide anyone we can back here. Only hope they manage to survive the madness. And I was absolutely convinced that the poor elephant man and baby were in fact going to end up transformed, especially since we had no way to defend them anymore, or since we were busy held up there. I guess in retrospect we could have had me hold them off alone while the twins went with him, but at the same time, that was quite a big army. hearing that they and a student coming to our rescue. That could have been neat. But then again, I can't deny that well, first of all, we have to remember all hell was breaking loose at the time. There's absolute... expecting everyone to make the most logical actions possible is a bit of a ridiculous. The point is, we need to stop that army of monsters, and supposedly the way should be clear. But I guess we underestimated that. Well, at that point, we'd already been desperately trying to find the mother and child, not to mention we were already too late to the mother because when I saw her hit the water, I thought, ooh. I wasn't expecting her to have already been taken out, but it makes sense, given, grabbing by the skull and tossed aside. Well, what matters is we were able to save someone. Captain, seek someone to help out. I know we are beset by monsters, beasts, and worse, but if you have even an ounce of strength, I ask for your aid. I'm in need of a brave soul to patrol the area in search of any lost refugees. I'd ask my brothers and sisters, but our numbers have been greatly diminished. All we can do to keep the darkness from swallowing the settlement whole. Very good. It shall be heartening to have another warrior by my side. Let us commence at once. Yeah, I should be able to handle 85 stuff if I need to get into one of those fights. Radiant host camp, here we are. We should begin our patrol by heading south, a route through which many refugees from the past will cover more ground if we split. You should find anyone in need, go with the raid, and if you discover any discarded effects, collect them for safekeeping. And if you count one of those terrible beasts, slay it where it stands. We've got to make a thorough search, so let's rendezvous back here. Radiant patrol. Oh. Well, there's one directly here to the north. Of course, it's in the burning field. That might be a bit of a problem, but I don't think it should be. I think it actually might be atop that hill. Let me see if I can get closer. No, but... oh yeah, there it is. That's an easy one to get. Hopefully. Here we are. Attuning, 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 attuning. Yeah, that's the one I came here to get in the first place. But completing these quests along the way will be good, not just for giving my red mage a bit of an experience boost, but also to give me more flight in the area. And this has a lot of uneven terrain, so flight will absolutely be appreciated. If I can avoid the 85 enemies, that'd be great. I bet I could handle them, sure, but if it's more than one, that might make things a bit dicey. Because red mages are about as... while red mages are, strictly speaking, more durable than a black mage or summoner, it's only by a bit. They're still a squishy caster at the end of the day. Survey the area, but detect nothing out of the ordinary. Well, that's good. And flight in these areas will also make fate farming a lot easier, which is good because you need to farm fates to unlock more stuff at the bicolored gem. Shopkeepers, including, of course, the fabled mount speed increase. I think there's also some unique items like mini pets or mounts that you can also get from it now, but I'm not 100% on that. It'll be a bit. A wounded citizen. Terminus Howler. controller monkey, I get it. There it is. Now, I can't technically progress the quest until it actually finishes falling down. Well, it's giving its death cry and stuff, I can't speak to the person here to progress the quest. It's gone? Oh, thank goodness. I surely would have died without your help. What are you doing out here? I'm helping the Radiant Host. Simple. Yeah. Oh, I see. So if the Radiant Host looks over us yet, for that I'm grateful. Well, I suppose if I follow the path you took to get here, I should be safe. You didn't leave anything alive, did you? Don't worry, don't worry. If it looks like something out of a Lovecraftian monster, I made sure it is dead. Anusia statue. You see a statue lying on the ground depicting a woman wearing a beastly mask. It may be best to collect it. One of the Magus sisters, perhaps? Alright, while I'm here. Yeah, I'm right here. I should really grab that one before I forget, because without flight, it's going to be a pain. Rest assured those invisible walls will go away the moment I go into flight mode, but you can definitely tell that, yeah, that invisible wall is absolutely there so that you don't accidentally have a level 80 getting stuck in a level 85 zone, because that will just be hell to try and escape. I mean, you could just die and teleport back, but that's just a lot of work. The tuning allows you a better understanding of the area. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Northwest, eh? So, near the Font of the Maya is the next one. Where we rescued the child. We were at least able to save him from drowning at least, but dang. I'm sure that water was pristine back before the, big attack of the witches. Blasphemies, but I'm still calling them witches because comparison is amusing. Southwest. Wait, southwest? Oh, wait, no. I'm going the right way. Silly me. Looks like it's behind this big statue here, then, in that case. Unless, of course, it's on the statue itself, and I have to find a way to climb it. Not that I can see. I'll get back. Ah, there it is, yeah. It was just hiding behind the statue the whole time. It wasn't hiding on top of it. I've been thinking about what I intend to stream in the coming year. Since I'm probably going to be taking a break for the remainder of this year, that's going to be at least a few days I can relax. Although, if anyone wants to watch my streams, my YouTube channel will still be continuing updating. What's here? I did get a few promising indie. There were a few promising indie titles on the Steam sale, but if anyone's a fan of my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, I will be doing probably be doing another Duel Links stream soon. I haven't been playing that game at all lately, I'm gonna be honest though, so it's gonna be quite the uphill of matches, that's for sure. Fortunate straggler. Who are you? Are you here to save me? Of course, I knew she wouldn't forget about us. The beast prowled the area for some time, but I managed to seek refuge among these rocks. However, I've been too frightened to set foot from their shelter for fear of drawing the attention of some hungry animal. But with you here, I believe I can find the courage. Will you accompany me? Oh, thank you. Now, let us tread carefully. Alright, so as the jungle weren't dangerous enough already. Something doesn't want us here. Let's just sprint past these guys here. That's okay, as long as it's focused on me and not him, that's fine. Oh crap. Not what I was expecting. I don't think the game allows me to fail this quest before. Oh, I tried to bring him back, but the guy died. No, I'm pretty sure it's gonna. Not that I mind, but it's something to be aware of all the same. But I don't want to die. Don't worry, I'll make sure you don't die. Where? Something doesn't want us here. Yeah, he's pretty slow. Okay, so he probably can't sprint to represent that he's injured. Does it feel like we're being watched? I can't go too fast because I can't sprint because he's injured, and I can't mount because, well, the whole point of these quests is to prevent you from mounting through them easily, so I'll just go slowly. Critical bite. Here we are. Easy. Oh crap. That's a generic enemy, not part of the quest. Ultimate combo time. There we go, scorched it. That was a bit stronger than I was expecting since that's level 85, but it's not a big deal, or at least it shouldn't be. Alright, so just navigate around here and I should be able to get him back to the camp. Here we are, entrance to Palika's stand, and this should make him officially safe. And there you are, my friend. Hello, Kavy. I don't know how to thank you. You saved my life. All I did was punch a few things that got a little too close to you. Please tell that brave woman from the Radiant Host I've arrived safe and sound. I must think of a way to repay your bravery. Hey, being alive is good enough for me, man, especially given how everything went to hell just a short while ago in universe. In the general sense, I believe the quests of an area are supposed to take place shortly after you finish the events of whatever happened that activated them. So, yeah, so timeline-wise, these should all take place just after we fought the blasphemy monsters here. I watched your arrival. I recognize that man from the group I was with, and I'm overjoyed to see him safe. Thank you for escorting me here. Truly you're worthy of the reputation you've earned. Dare I say even Agama would be awed by your bravery. Come on, I just escort him over here. He was a storied mentor of the Elephant people. When the heroes landed on the shore of this island and war broke out, he spared no effort to save the lives of all who were injured. He saw no tribes, only those who were in need. Well, that's how it should... Well, I think that's how it should be. When they go into the medical ward, when someone goes into the medical ward, the uniforms come off, so to speak. He's not so different from you, throws himself in the maw of danger to save someone they've never met. The Gama's spirit lives on today, it's through your selfless deeds. Take this as a reward, I have no doubt, but you would deny it if I let you. Once my watch is ended, I shall patrol the woods in search of any more hiding amongst the trees. The food's nice, but the ether current is even better. Alright, now I just need to turn in this quest, I think, and that's another ether current. Let's see here. Let's see, ether currents, here we are. Thavnir. 2 more quest ones, and 5 more in the overworld. Okay, should be pretty straightforward. Actually, where is that last quest around here? Ah, here it is. It's by the Great Works. I can go there after this. A wounded citizen. If the Radiant Host is watching, there's not to fear. Oh yeah, that's the person I saved a few minutes ago. Welcome back. I've heard all about your noble deed. Allow me to thank you for protecting those we cannot. I had my thanks to her, as if nothing for you, I'd be nothing but food for the beasts. You've more than earned a reward for your time. Speak to me again, I'll ensure you get it. Excellent. Here they are. Radiant Host Captain. The work ahead of us is vast. Any lives we save are precious indeed. All I came across in my patrol was discarded belongings and scattered luggage. Did you find anything of note? Strange statuette. A small statue figuring the body of a woman and the head of a beast. One of the Mega Sisters. So yeah, that is one of the Mega Sisters. I recognize this figure. Doubtless you're curious who it depicts. There's a legend that tells of a Manusia goddess who sought the strength of the Murga, wresting her own head from her body and replacing it with the beast hate of the Murga. In pursuit of wisdom, did a Murga do the same, replacing his own head with that of the Manusia. Thus were born divine beings gifted both strength and wisdom, heralding an age of untold peace. One of the refugees must have dropped this in their flight. This figure is a reminder that the most insurmountable hardships can be overcome by looking beyond the tribes of hell. Our tribes for help. A figure so fine was likely beloved by its owner. I shall do what I can to see it returned. Thank you for your help today. Excellent. Northwest, eh? Actually, I should probably do this one quest over here first, since this is the last one. After that, I can just relax and explore the overworld, and not get interrupted when I try and discuss things. Then again, my plans for streaming are never really straightforward. Most of them are just what I'm feeling at the time. So I do try to keep at least some semblance of a schedule to keep things going, but sometimes I'm not feeling it, and sometimes I'm feeling something specific. Alchemist or Dancer. Jalamuk is concerned about a colleague. You have a moment, adventurer. One of my colleagues has gone missing. She said she's gone to the Pajaya's footsteps for a bit of exercise, but she hasn't come back. I'd go search for her, but most of the time, it's almost time for a shift change. I can't very well leave the kiln to operate itself. Could you find her and fetch her for me? Leave it to me. You're too kind. Should be in Kajaya's footsteps. Keep out an eye out for a human with black hair. I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. She was out the last time you were by, and she was devastated to find out she missed the chance to meet the adventurer aiding the students of Valdesian. Well, glad to see our reputation precedes us. Here we are. I could probably fight this boss here. Logic is not known for terror. It's transformed even more over horror. Be able to take on this boss just fine. Oh, nice. So if another player comes, this will actually be very easy. Looks like that's a warrior, so he'll probably take the Yeah, he'll probably get his attention pretty quick, I think. Dang, that's perfectly even. The smell of death has brought a forlorn maiden to the field. I must say, I'm highly amused that the warriors are now ridiculously good at healing themselves. Apparently they're hands down the best tank right now. I'm sure the warrior player there is happy. Alright, so 20, so 30, 40, 50. There we go. That should kill it. Yep. Leashes are really short in this game, so I'm not too worried about anything finding me on my way here. Here's the dancer location. Here we are. Excuse me, are you... What do you mean? I need to get back to... Oh, have I been gone that long? Guess I should go. I was hoping to get a better look at the stage. I'm sure you're busy. Could you assist me for a moment? Thank you. I'll inspect the walls, so could you make sure the stage is in order? I guess I can make sure the stage isn't falling apart or anything. They certainly have a decent amount of rituals here. Some of the paint's worn off. It could probably use a fresh coat of paint. There's a small hole in the floor. That can't be good. And the tapestry is tattered here, isn't it? That's my guess, anyway. The cloth wavers exquisitely. No problems here. Oh. Egg on my face, then. Any problems? Floor and paint. I'll have them fix them next time I come by. Thank you for checking. Seems odd I've never met you until now. You would happen to be the adventurer sent by the students of Baldus, would you? Well, you are, and here I was delegating you to menial tasks. If I'd known... I always admired travelers like you. You see, I was studying to be a dancer under Nashimura at the time, and I wanted to see the realm as I traveled to performances. Maybe I still can, not as a dancer, of course, but as an alchemist. Oh, we should hurry back to the great work. I wouldn't want to cause any more trouble than I already have. Might as well turn this quest in, and then I can just relax and search the area for the ether currents. And then, once I unlock flight in this area, I can move on to the next one, or I'll see how I'm feeling. Now that's the sound of a gatherer. Yeah, that's a botanist there. Probably gathering wood to sell or make something with. Honest. There's a lot of quests here I can do at my leisure. Some are probably even really interesting, but like I said, I want to focus entirely on just collecting the ether energy thingies, ether currents. Ah, there you are. Heard you helped my colleague with a stage inspection. It's greatly appreciated. She really looks up to your kind, you know. Oh, you adventure types. She lost her chance to become a dancer due to unfortunate injury, and now she's working to heal the sick and injured as an alchemist. She's so happy to meet you. As am I. Here, a token of our thanks. Ooh, now that's a really nice token. Northeast. Okay, then. Yeah, a while ago, thanks to other streamers, I've already discussed it then, but Twitch ended up sending me my list of most watched streams. Now, I knew my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff did fairly decently well. Does seem to be fairly popular. And of course, Great Ace Attorney was up there, which makes sense because that was one of the few times I actually had a pretty consistently regular people watching, which is pretty nice. I was actually kind of surprised Persona 4 was my most watched of all games, though. Well, I enjoyed that game a lot, don't get me wrong, but I didn't think I was getting too many people watching. Yeah, if it's the northeast, that means it's in this area, general area. So let's go this way instead. Look at my numbers for on my YouTube channel. I'm actually kind of surprised that my Age of Wonders 3 stuff does well. Well, it's well compared to what I usually get, given I don't have too many people watching. I'm not really an expert at that game or anything. In fact, I'm pretty sure I get a lot of stuff wrong, but it's a very fun game, and the series as a whole is very close to my heart, since it's one of the few PC games I played even while I was still playing primarily on consoles. Northwest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's around here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. I think this is how I'm supposed to get it. Yes, it is. Southwest. It might still be in this area. Let's check it out. Because if it's in this area, I absolutely cannot get it from up here. I guess strictly speaking, Persona 4 was my longest streams, but it felt like one of the ones where I only got like 1 or 2 watching regularly, so... Oh, it's not here. Hear it. Oh, to the south? Huh. Wait, so it is over here? I guess it's not an issue, I can just teleport over here. How embarrassing. Well, to be fair, I had to go down here for that one eventually, so... 6 of one or half dozen of the other, as the saying goes. See. you automatically dismount in water unless you have flight in the area. If you've unlocked flight, your mount will automatically go into flight mode, I believe. When the Gajas go gaga. Oh, I see. I should probably go over here and help out a bit, if only because I've got the, yeah, experience earned is dramatically increased. It probably won't be too much given I'm level 84, but every bit helps, especially for a DPS. I could also queue for a dungeon if I wanted while doing this, but I wanted to, like I said, I'm not just doing anything that requires too much focus. Yeah, there's someone here doing the fate. Maybe they'll appreciate help, or maybe they'll be angry that I got in their way. Wrathful Gaja. Rampaging Gaja are causing trouble for taking all the goods up and down the road. Dispatch the creatures, the trade may be might as well focus on whatever the warrior is. Only because the last thing I like is when enemies are trying to smack my magical rear end. That might... yeah, that took them all out. 300k, that's actually not bad, given you usually get 100k for a fate at my level. Or something thereabouts. Now, let's see here. I believe it's around here where I need to go for the next, one, so I'll just continue on. Definitely wouldn't mind more RPGs like Persona 4, that's for sure. In fact, I'd kind of like to try Persona 5 to see if it really lives up to its hype or not. SMT5 was great, so I'm going to try and avoid comparing it to that. But then again, SMT5 does have a bit of a problem where... well, let me put it this way. Before 5, I thought 4's story was a bit of a letdown because it was trying to be a bit... felt like it was trying to be too much Persona mixed with SMT. Well, now I have a much higher opinion of SMT4. And I think higher of Apocalypse nowadays too, although that may be more because well, I do think it falls flat for quite a bit of things. Sometimes I do think it's intentionally supposed to be make you question if your allies here and there. And at least the ones who... here's the one I wanted. And it does, for its whatever, it's all its flaws, it does at least have some nice development for the characters who join you pretty early, but only a handful are really, ones I'd say are actually really good, which is rather disappointing because Devil Survivor I felt had a stronger cast. Even Devil Survivor 2 had a really great cast, even if I think that game was overall not as good as Devil Survivor 1. Northwest. So that means this general area. I shouldn't speak too much about SMT5, it's too soon, so I don't want to spoil people. And for whatever it's worth, my takes are usually the spicy kind, so I'm sure there's plenty who actually did like a lot of what's done. If it's that close, then that means, I should be able to see it very soon. Wait, what? Oh, it's probably hidden. Yep, there it is. I was wondering, wait, if it's here, how come I didn't see it the last time? That's right, it's because I only looked through a handful of these in the hatchery. I didn't actually look in the building. Well, I'm embarrassed at my lack of observation skills. Alright. Well, at least we can continue where we... Let's see here. East. That's actually quite far to the east. Full Petal Alchemist, Perilous Pickings. I think they had to include that because I'm pretty sure they used Full Petal Alchemist as a pun in an earlier quest. Well, I guess when there's so many small quests, both the standard exclamation point above the heads as well as the fate variety of quests, you need to figure out some way to differ them all. This coming year is definitely gonna have a lot of changes for me in the general sense. Not just now that I've finally graduated, I need to seek out something that can act. Going from a job that's just to make money to an actual career, something. That's a white mage. Yeah, they're most likely using holy. As a habit, I just turn off any party effects that are not from my party. So, because otherwise, if you have like 4 white mages there, all spamming holy, it'll make the whole screen glow. Although I guess with my new machine, I actually shouldn't have any trouble making that happen. Making that happen without causing the computer to melt or anything. Hipster Joe. You'd think they'd find white magic too mainstream. Need more. I see that's another red mage. What is that? Blade's Temperance. I believe that's the Shadowbringer's relic sword. Unfortunate, but as I mentioned, I was not capable of doing that one because my computer wouldn't handle the Vazjan areas. The resistance weapons, I think they're officially called as a collectively. Unfortunate, but at least I'll be able to... At least I should be able to do it this time with whatever the Endwalker relics are going to be. There we are, now I get some experience. And now what was I doing? Oh yes. North, pure north. The Giant Skull Grounds. Looks like it's up there somewhere. Ah, I see it there. That's actually going to be very easy to reach. In Your Fate 1 is almost complete. Oh right, we had the weekly... Right, the weekly reset is on Tuesday. Aether Current. Here we go. So yeah, I can get a really nice boost to my experience for my red mage here. Which also by extension means I can do the level 85 dungeon instead of the 84 one next time. Normally I wouldn't do a simple farming or whatever stream like this, but I figure something laid back to end the year on would be nice. a pretty stressful year for me, or at least as much as they usually... Well, I suppose for the obvious reasons, but... South. Oh, wow. Let's teleport here and see what it thinks, because if it's that far away, it's not going to be easier to walk. West. Okay, here we are. The reasons I usually don't do a stream like this, or that's just me farming, say, dungeons for experience or drops, is because I worry it won't be as interesting, especially since I don't... there's not too many people to talk to, but... I don't know, I guess I should give it... I figure I should at least give it a try, see how I feel about it. Let's see here. Alright, so it's probably among those... Yeah, it's probably among the Achiali. See about what? Southwest? Hello, Coben. No, oh, come on. I was mentioning that I don't usually answer the question. Ah, there we are. Attunement complete. Now I can fly. I was just saying that I usually don't do streams that are just me farming dungeons or something, or doing something simple like this, but I figure a nice chill stream to end the year would be nice, and see how I feel about it. Maybe I might do some more relaxing ones later, I don't know. Alright, now let's see here, what's another area I can do? Labyrinthos, or... Yeah, I actually should probably do Labyrinthos next, because that's probably the easiest one, given... Here we are. Labyrinthos. Aether compass. 209 to the south. Oh, right, I have to do several quests here, don't I? Lift. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go use the lift here. Oh. I remember when Labyrinthos was first shown off in the Endwalker previews, and pretty much everyone agreed it would be on the moon. Perfectly reasonable to assume that. All we knew was that it was underground and in a spoiler location. Southeast. So it's around here somewhere. So I'm gonna have to go around. No, I can't go up here, so I'm gonna have to go a long way around to get up here. I also need to do all the plus quests here. I don't think I've actually done any here. Can I... Let's see. Oh, not Mount Speed, Currents. Oh no, I've done 2 quests here, so I just have 3 left. Now here's where I want to be, because this is where the current is. Should be able to see the moment I get up here. Ah, the flowers. The item that changed the course of the entire game. Now it should be here somewhere. Yeah, those guys have already unlocked flight, so it's hidden behind the rocks somewhere, I guess. Oh. Oh, that's weird. I guess they noticed that everyone realized that ether currents are usually as high as you can, the highest location of a given area, so they decided let's hide some in lower areas, just to throw people off. Southeast. That might be a bit tricky, so let's do this quest line first, if only so that we can cross that off of our list. Pretty sure I did the 2 quests that offer it come on, really? Am I gonna have to go all the way around? Yes, I am. Oh well. Yeah, I did those during the main storyline, so I just need to do the rest of these. Distractive Archivist. A lost little troll. Oh, dear me. Oh yeah, this is the one from before. My sweetest, or one of the Archon's precious samples has left. No, I'm talking about. I'm Noel Tia, an archivist. The Archon is home to various samples collected from across the star, and once the specimens escaped, a young troll. Oh, he hasn't been set off by local predators. I mean to compensate. Could you retrieve the specimen? Thanks. Okay, yeah, I think this was the one I had to abandon because I wanted to get along with the main quest for the final area. Stray egg, stray garlic, stray queen. Let's see here. So yeah, they did confirm, or Leo was here, those are indeed humidifiers to keep the humidity of the area under control. You see no trolls, great or small, perhaps further in. I don't know, maybe we'll have greater luck finding them under a bridge. Or in an internet forum. Will say the ones for this forums for this game certainly feel like they have quite a few of them, that's for sure. Here we are. I was not intending to get an ether current here, but I am not going to say no to it. Unfortunately, I don't think I can just jump up there, so we have to go this way. And hope the Mithril Cap doesn't notice me. Well, so much for that plan, huh? There we are. The troll is nowhere. Maybe Tiaz... Well, Tiaz had better luck. Oh, if he's over here, I can just teleport here. At the very least, that would save me some time, wouldn't it? I see I was unable to find the specimen either. However, I did meet someone who claims to have seen it in the Mornvale Forest. Let us head over there and see if we can track it down. Alrighty, let's, up there, is it? Southwest. That is quite a ways away, actually. Yes, there can be no doubt. These are the troll's footprints. I've uncovered the specimen's trail. It should be close. If you find out under threat from local fauna, you have permission to dispatch its assailants. Oh my, how adorable. I thought those plants looked unfamiliar. Alright. The batch of New World specimens are posed. Ambush a pair of botanists. Rescue the scholars from their own curiosity. Oh, I knew it. Usually if an NPC seems to show up out of nowhere, that usually means a fate's about to start. See. That person looks like they may need a bit of help. There we are. Let's make sure the next specimen is Flora. Oh dear, that's a big troll. Oh no, it's been set up on by trolls. Quick to the rescue. There we are. Saved it. The lost little troll. I imagine I'll get the little troll minion at the end of the quest line if I complete this, so I'll have to do that later. But for now, I want to continue getting the, so. Oh, I'm so glad you're unharmed. You're safe now. Come, let us go home, sweetie. Ah, it's buffoon. Grr. Can talk? The Archeon is under threat. I must do something. Grr. What is this threat? I think that's the bigger question. This is a mad scientist place, so it makes sense they can talk. You can understand me? Yeah. Wait, you're able to communicate with him? Of course, you can't. Incredible, I've never met someone with such a skill before. Must be a universal translator, part of the Echo. This bundle of joy was born here in Labyrinthos. However, he was abandoned by his mother, and in quite the state by the time we found him. He possesses remarkable intelligence for one of his kind. We've elected to use him as part of a study in the effects of growing up in an artificial environment. I'd seen him making gestures that indicated he'd been reading the tomes here, but I thought he was just copying those around him. To think he actually understands speech. So I do wonder exactly why you're able to understand him and I am not. Well, I'm kind of special here. I've got the Echo buff. Really? Oh, what I wouldn't give to understand him too? You possess the Echo, do you? I find it difficult to the way you are kind do, but I suppose it makes sense. You can understand my general sentiments. I happen to learn said power from the tones of the Archons. Honestly, that buffoon over there is surrounded by a sea of knowledge, and he makes no effort to engage with it. At any rate, I'm glad to finally have someone to talk to. As I was saying earlier, the Archeon is in grave danger. Some girlish gleaner managed to bring bookworms into them during a visit. If we leave them be, they're bound to cause irreplaceable damage to the materials of the facility. I've tried my best to tell that buffoon, but it's no use. That's why I took a chance, went in search of some of my own kind, see if they would help, but you saw how that turned out. What's he saying? Long story short, oh, dearie me. Still, it was most courageous of him to try to solve the issue on his own. Now that we're aware of it, I do need to sort out this pest problem at once. Would you mind helping me out a little longer? You're the only one who can understand him after all, and he seems miles ahead of us in regard to the situation at hand. Leave it to me, I'll do this quest eventually. This quest line eventually. Your help is indispensable if we're to take his advice on dealing with this infestation. Let it grow. Wait, wasn't that the song at the end of that Lorax movie remake? The one nobody seemed to like? Well, people like the Onceler, I guess. Well, I guess if I have to be completely fair to it, and I probably should, it did at least do a better job of, making the Onceler and the Lorax actual buddies, so that once the Onceler betrays him, it's actually a much bigger deal. Snow brought back in the frozen tiny specimens sent into algae suddenly woke in hibernation. Grown on both sides and hostile tenant perfect. Looks like everyone wants to fight this boss. Shouldn't be too hard. Not with this many players, anyways. Yeah, there's a sage there. Oh, gotta get in. Southwest. That's a very long direction to the southwest. Troglophile is deep. Looks like that may actually be in Troglodytes Deep then. And let's see here, where are the other... Yeah, these are the last two. The Gleaner's Wish and the Good Times Troll. Oh no, the Good Times Troll was the one, I think the one that I had to abandon last time. I'm pretty sure the one I want is in here somewhere. Oh, west. I went east. Ooh, look out. There we are. Alright, let's go back here and do these quests. Vexed Veterinarian. They wanted the alliteration with that, didn't they? Well, I can't blame them. I would have done that if I had the chance. Beast of a problem. Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice you have a way about you that screams I have affinity with creatures of the wild. Since I'm never wrong, may I trouble you? You see, amongst the troops of trolls living in the outer circuit, I came upon one that was sick beyond measure. I took the poor creature in at once and saw him healed, of course. When I attempted to return him, he flew into panic, as if he could not bear the thought of going back. To make it worse, he saw fit to escape the den. Oh yeah, that was the one. Yeah, this was the one I abandoned before, I think. So. Well, it was either this one or the other one. I can't even remember anymore, if I'm completely honest. And for some reason, and the global chat is really annoyed at how the quest in this area in the main story, the one where you have to talk to different people, but there's like 4 people who have nothing to do with the quest. Yeah, this has the anti-tower music to it. That's how you know it's important. Or is this the Great Gubal Library? One of the two. Vera Gleaner. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Great Gubal Library. You're a visitor to Charlene, aren't you? You have the worldly look about you. As a gleaner, I too have journeyed far and wide. Tell me, where's the furthest you ventured? Far East. As much as I'd like to just say another world, I'm pretty sure he'd think we're joking. Far East, he'd probably say. Like I say, I've been to so many, it's very difficult to say. Oh, is this a place secret? I understand. I'm sworn to secrecy in the forms matters as well. Ah, you'll do nicely. You see, I have more experienced travel. I need a more experienced traveler to say a prayer for me before I leave for Girabanya. Who do me the honor. The reactor operator by the south should have a lantern crystal prepared for such a purpose. Alright, so we need to do a quick ritual. Nothing difficult, really. But I do have to be careful of enemies in this area because they're like 87, which is way, way higher than my pay grade at the moment. Yeah, 84 will not be able to handle them. As long as I avoid the enemies, this shouldn't be too big of an issue. Keyword shouldn't. Yeah, level 88. I absolutely can't handle those guys if I get into a fight. And the worst part is, you not only get an XP penalty if an enemy is way too, Jeez, they're still complaining about that. Honestly, I wasn't bothered by that quest line. Granted, I think they could have done with not having the epic music playing over the entire level 88 quest line, because, yeah, it was good for the moment, but I do think it dragged on a little, but honestly, I did like that quest overall and how it ended. Yeah, this is the nice thing about quests that scale to you. I can do this with something else for experience and not waste it. Here we are. ripe fruit. No troll can resist fruit this ripe in more than one way, according to your olfactory senses. Whoa. And it's nice how they have some, it's not perfect pacing, but I do like how in the general sense they do try to make it so that you have some big major events and then a small lull in the like how here we mostly help people around here to prepare for the takeoff quest. Elemental research occupant. Elemental reactor operator. Here for the crystal, hope it does some good for that gleaner. Those folks need all the luck they can get. Lanterns light the way through darkness, a tool which can mean the difference between life and death. They're synonymous with safe passage, and as such, it has become custom in recent days to imbue the crystal inside with prayers of a more seasoned traveler. And today that traveler is you. Simply face the crystal and pray for the safety. A colleague recently told me about the power of Akasha, a concept taught in Razathan, and how it directs strong emotion. I wonder if this method of praying to a crystal is a manifestation of that power. That is actually a legitimately good point, actually. Well, that should about do it. With your luck, your prayers shall guide the gleaner safely through the perils of his journey. I have to be absolutely careful not to get noticed by these things. 8 levels higher is absolutely going to tear me a new one if they get into a fight. Especially since those two are pretty close together. Yeah, this is pretty easy to navigate. And yeah, those are the last 2 quests for Labyrinthos, which means from here on out I can simply focus on finding the air currents. You're a gleaner. Do you have the crystal lantern for me? A crystal imbued with hope for a safe journey. You have my thanks. With your prayer fueling its light, I have faith it will keep me safe until my return. And now I depart. I hope your travels are successful as well as mine. Excellent. I still do like Red Mage, but I should really try a bit more of Summoner, because that was completely revamped. As you probably noticed by when I did those trial fights that had them, and then the big, fat, primal butts kept blocking the screen. Look, he's returned. I can't thank you enough. I know they may not look it, but trolls are actually quite intelligent. Indeed, they are quite an intrinsic part of the woodlands in Labyrinthos to keep it healthy and thriving. Though we've a responsibility to put down the more violent and unruly ones, most trolls, such as this one, are kind and docile. In fact, my friend here has a real chance of becoming the leader of his tribe, perhaps guardian of the forest someday. It is we saw these creatures removed from their natural habitats and relocated them, thus we have a responsibility to watch them and ensure they are well. It would be too cruel to dispose of one simply because they're under the weather. I ask a reward here as promised. Now it's high time I return to the outer circuit. Farewell, adventure. And with that, I can focus entirely on, let's see here, the south. Oh, it's in there, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. Teleport to Aporia, and then do battle with the McLord Astromechanical. No, I'm not going to stop with the Yu-Gi-Oh! References. Although I might try some other card games. I did at one point consider Hearthstone, but given everything that's going on with Blizzard, I think I should distance myself from the BNet stuff for a little while. It's not a big deal, but since I was never a really big Blizzard fan, but it is kind of sucky that so much is going on. That and card games are inherently a bit of a commitment if you want to make some interesting decks. Ah, there's one. Let me grab that. And though I have heard some interesting stories from other ones, like someone who plays Card Fight Vanguard mentioned that in the series proper, the characters will say last turn if they are intending to end the game in that turn, but apparently people in real life did so much they had to actually ban doing that in tournaments. I'm not sure if that's actually true, however, so take that with a grain of salt. I don't play that game, and for all I know, that person could absolutely just be crap. It should be... oh, good, I can just continue going east here. And I do not know why I didn't go in down here when I know very well there's some down here, but oh well. Not a big deal either way. I'm not exactly going to be running out of gil anytime soon. Should be... yeah, I figured it was on top of this since I knew it should be getting close. Yeah, that is right in this area. So I need to head over back to Aporia over there. Not a big deal. At the very least, I have some new VNs I'm looking forward visual novels I'm trying to go through for the the foreseeable future, so I should have some interesting new games to stream. I don't intend to make it a career or anything. I already have plans to make a career with my new programming degree, but it is nice. All the same, it is nice to grow communities, something like that. But it's definitely one of those things I should cross that bridge when it actually comes to it. Like, don't count your chickens before they hatch, I believe the saying goes. As time goes by, I might figure out a name for a community or something like that, like other bigger streamers do. Or in general. And rest assured, I still do intend to do that countdown of the games I streamed this year. I have a really hard time gauging them, but I'm hoping if I go one at a time and just put them above or below one another, I might be able to make a sort of pseudo top 10 list, although there's going to be way more than 10 in my case. Most of them are going to be very hard, although some I'm pretty confident are going to be at the top, and some are going to be at the bottom. I'm pretty confident going to be at the bottom. But like I said, can't count your chickens before the end. But yeah, and Final Fantasy XIV actually was indeed one of my top most watched game streams. But while I have done a bit of it so far, well, it's not going to be for this one or the last chill ones that I did, because those were after the thing came in, but I did some of the Shadowbringers patchline storylines, but I'm pretty confident Endwalker is the reason people were watching those. Yeah, northeast, I'm pretty sure it's around here somewhere near the Antiloscope. Northeast, which means it should be around here. In fact, it may be behind that very pillar. It's really not here? I guess it could be behind this wall here, but if it's not, that almost implies it's over here. Yeah, it won't let me go in the water or anything. I guess it must be up here. Well, I should still continue down here in case there is. No, let's just go over here, just because I need to get rid of that immediately, so that it won't, yeah, if there's one down here, I'll have to find it myself. I'll have to find it later, because, it's just a lot to search down there when I can't use the aether compass, because it's too busy caught up by this one here. Assuming we get 3 Beast Tribe quests like we did in Shadowbringers, I imagine the Leporits, the, Matanga, the Elephant People, and the, I actually think the Omicrons or possibly even just the final area Ultimate Thule in general will be the final one, because we already started it by here it is. We already started it by making that cafe in there. Bringing life back to Ultima Thule is definitely an interesting one we could go with. To the north thing. That could mean any number of things. So let's find out. Unfortunately, I can't do empty the nest. Maybe I can, actually. Not a huge bonus since it's only silver, but it's something. And it does bring me closer to 85, which is the magic number where I unlock the next dungeon for my red mage to do. Alright, so let's do this again. I don't know if that's going to be here or not, so let's find out. Weirdly, I think Labyrinthos might have one of the more confusing designs. I mean, on paper, it seems like it's straightforward. There's several different layers, but how you get to them without flying seems to vary. Oh crap, that means it's up there, doesn't it? Yep. How moderately frustrating. Because that means I need to go here, and then I need to use the elevator there. Yeah, this is one area I definitely will be very happy to unlock flight in, that's for sure. Because this is a very annoying area to navigate, and I didn't even realize it. It's set up nice and orderly, but... ah well. Not a big deal, as in a moment, once I finish unlocking it, it's going to be very easy to move around in. I will say, it's nice that the form turned out to not be as evil as I thought they were going to be. I mean, for the entire first half of the Endwalker streams I was doing, I was convinced they were planning to leave the planet behind, possibly even lying about it to the Leporits, and then just to make sure, since their only goal was to preserve... crap. Alright, should be in this area. Okay, good, I missed the, B there. It should be around here somewhere, I think. It should be here somewhere. Keyword... oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it behind the building. There you are, you sneaky little bugger. I gotcha. There we go. I can just teleport down here, because if it's that directly to the west, that means it's going to be around here. Shouldn't be too hard to reach at the very least. North, yeah, it should be around here somewhere. That's the furnace right there. Oh, there's no back exit. I thought there was a back exit. Because of that little gap there, but I guess that's supposed to be just to show the map is a little faded. Well, no big deal. Oh, there it is. Ooh, but an enemy is right next to it. I'll have to be extremely careful. Rabasa. I may want to go Reaper just to avoid taking too much pain from this thing. Or I could be extremely risky for absolutely no reason and sneak around it. So let's do that. You'd almost think I was a ninja with all that. There we are. Northwest. I mean, it's over here somewhere. Alright, let's go to the Archaon there, and we'll head right over. Yeah, purely west, yeah. There sure are a lot in these general areas, but then again, I guess Labyrinthos only has so many areas that are out of the way. Labyrinthos is pretty neat, but I guess it might be one of my least favorite areas of the expansion, if I had to choose. Not to say it's bad, mind you. And like I said, my main the weird navigation stuff is all going to be fixed momentarily as soon as I get these last few aether charges. Looks like there's some other players fight the pellet. Bio pellet. Living feet. Number of living feet has slipped away in the wilds, and by God's know what, have managed to multiply in a number into numbers. Reduce that number to 0. There we are. Excellent. Level 85. And let's see, it's in here somewhere. To the west. It's probably in this area if I had to guess, so let's go over here. Lower Acanthus. Yeah. The outer circuits. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on it. This is technically a part of the Charlian, an extension of the Charlian area, and I did like the Charlian buildings and stuff. And that still remains in here after all. Since Charlene is on an island that doesn't really have a, southwest. That doesn't have an overworld area, that's probably why they decided to create Labyrinthos, so that there'd be a Charlian overworld area in a place that normally wouldn't have them. Oh, there it is, yeah. Here we are. Tuning, attuning. I think there's, let's see here. Southwest. That means it's going to be around this area, if I had to guess. Alright, we'll go there. Dude. Beat it. And, oh. Storm into confidential documents. This vexed researcher discovered, it is wise to keep strong grips on one's stacked confidential documents when walking near or tempestuous storm mentally is. Yeah, as you can see, those things hit like a truck because they're level 8. No, that's not too bad, actually. Actually, they didn't hit me as bad as I thought they would. Never mind. Might as well grab a few more of these just so that I have probably gonna get a silver instead of a gold, but it's something. Here we are. Here. 6. There we are. Gold contribution, not bad. Ah, yes, feels nice. Elpis. I was going to end after getting the occurrence here, but I think this one might be fine. I think I'm gonna do Elpis after. I will do Elpis after this. Be a nice stream to end the year on. Well, the time of. Ah, there it is, actually. Yeah. Right in plain sight. Don't know why I even needed to use the Aether Compass for that, but oh well. Then again, I found a full without it, so I guess it all evens out, huh? But yeah, at the time of streaming, it's gonna be the end of the year. There we go. Now I can finally fly in this area. The world unsundered. Freebird Labyrinths. Now, I do have to be careful because the enemies here actually are moderately tough. I'm level 85. Well, then again, most are level 86 here, I believe. 86, 87. So I should be fine, actually, yeah. Yeah, never mind. I'll be perfectly fine here. Sokals. Touring Agnosis, Part 1. Sokals regards you with pointed interest. Welcome, friend. I am Sokles, and I manage this region under the authority of Chief Hermes, the head overseer of Elpis. And you are, oh how unusual, a soul-bearing familiar. A familiar must have a mission, and yet you offer no message and carry no cargo, or you're perhaps here for the purpose of observation. Yes, that must be it. In that case, you need only mention my name to Charmion, and she will gladly give you a tour. Soak it all in. That is a unicorn. There, all's well, nothing to fear. My, what a curious familiar. I suppose your creator sent here to learn you about our ways and perhaps achieve some degree of enlightenment. What would you ask of me? Well, tell me about yourself first. Like a minute with my colleagues here, I'm charged with observing the various creations in our care and assessing our suitability for life on Aetheres. It's an enormous responsibility, of course, though the sense of achievement from bringing forth new species to the world makes it all worthwhile. And what kind of place is this? This is one of the most important facilities in Elpis, as it is here where we ascertain the various merits and shortcomings of the various flora and fauna in our care. It delivers its name from the ethos at the center of our work, that being the discovery of our creation's true nature. Only by allowing them to coexist in environments such as this do they reveal to us the essences of their being. I do kind of like Ophion Mania. Speed bonus applied. I don't think there's any players doing that, so I don't want... As nice as it would be to do some more fates, it'll just get in... There's not many players here right now, it seems. Yes, what can I do for you? Excuse me, miss. Coda, is it? And the Overseer Sokals wish me to act as your guide? Oh, no, I didn't mean like that. I'd be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the Overseer chose to send you me, of all people. I haven't been here long myself, truth be told. Until quite recently, I was wholly engaged at a prolonged research project at the Academia and Neater. Surely there are other more experienced individuals who provide more comprehensive... Oh, this grumbling's hardly constructive, isn't it? This task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it's not every day one is asked to indulge the curiosity of such a rare and fascinating visitor. We shall commence our tour this very moment, if you'd like. Then let us begin. You know, rather than have me lecture you as we walk along, I think observing firsthand would prove more beneficial. I'll point you in the right direction. You can question my colleagues to your heart's content. Once you complete a circuit, we can return. Oh yeah, they really like the followings. Unfortunately, this does mean I can't just mount up. A bit annoying, not gonna lie, but that's just how it goes. And I do like these in the story stuff, but the fact they're putting on as many quests as possible, especially since these are quests for the air currents, so they're not optional if you want to have a very convenient time. Oh well, like I said, this isn't the first time. You know, they did it with the telescope missions. No, there weren't nearly as many telescope missions now that I think about it. I can only assume it took a lot of work for them to finally get this going, and they want to get their money's worth, damn it. I'm not sure to speak with? Don't be shy. Any one of my colleagues will happily answer your questions. Nikias. Oh, Charmion. Oh, and who's your friend? Azem's familiar. Why, you appear to be so astute and deliberate in your thinking. I should very much like an extended study of your composition and consciousness. Oh, forgiving my forwardness. It's my duty to chart the behavior of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see. But our research here is given special dispensation, once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are tasked with tending cattle or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I'm responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Oh, but of course, if Azem might grant us permission, then you could abide us here for years, and I analyze. And on that note, we really must be moving along. Step lively, Coda. Yeah, Nikias seems like the type to get caught up in his work. Then again, I'd probably find the research equally fascinating. Oh right, fate servants are basically familiars. Never mind, I imagine quite a few people would get quite into that field of research. Hieronymus. Hieronymus. What do we have here? Familiar, judging by your ethereal structure. Yes, I'm accompanying Coda here on a tour at the behest of the Overseer. A tour? Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but advise keeping your distance from larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy a top tier of the food chain and do not take kindly to intruders, especially the specimens from other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. Well, I'm sure you're quite capable of defending yourself. No one appreciates a surprise tusk to the abdomen, eh? Thank you for the warning. We'll proceed with due caution. Those giant butterflies look pretty neat. And as Hithliodeus showed us, they also make great clothing. Okay, that sounded really messed up out of context. Blasty. Hello, Charmin. Was there something? The Overseer asked I give this familiar a tour of the grounds, and I thought the best way to do it was to show him what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is very difficult to demonstrate, I hope an explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years, in the case of trees, decades. Tedious perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence on the local wildlife. Was that perhaps the sort of thing we should know? Yes, that was perfect, thank you. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that's left now is to speak over the sky. Over to... Here we are. Oh. Judging by the one, it seems there's going to be more tours available. Ah yes, I see you've completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of the various fests, but I thought it'd be a fitting end to visit where it began. With you, Overseer Sokles. Sokles. I see, and what is your impression of the work we do here? It seems to require equal levels of passion and patience. Literally having to watch grass grow sounds very boring, but then again, I guess when you're paid to do it, that's a bit different. I'm glad we could help you further your worldly education. I'm glad to see you enjoyed the experience, at least I hope you did. You're truly a masterpiece of a creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and cognitive facilities. Were you perhaps designed to inspire others? I feel something special is woven into your aura. I'm afraid I can't say for sure there. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second the invitation. In all the long years I've presided here, never have I encountered such a unique entity, and one of us Zems no less. That almost looks like, Marianne's haircut, now that I think about it. Of Marianne from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Or... Yeah, I want to make sure I got the character right. Yeah, no one's doing those quests. Now, let's see, where are the other ones that grant, Only 2 more quest ones, and they are both here, so let's do them at Potinoikos, shall we? Potinoikos, shall we? This is where Vana was staying for a time. So hard to believe. So much happened here with Hermes and the others, it's almost too much to take in, but... Well, at least we do finally have all the answers. Well, they did a lot with Fandaniel and Hermes in the end. They were introduced a bit late, just only first coming in the Shadowbringers patch storyline, but it's not the first time they've done that. Technically speaking, M itself was only introduced as a proper character during the Stormblood patch cycle and made the proper antagonist during Shadowbringers. Yeah, he was technically in during the 1.0 in Realm Reborn, but he was entirely a background character. He was not a major figure in the story. Myra appears to be mildly perturbed. Well, just a pickle. What am I to... Oh, please tell me you're here to deliver a message from Cleon. You are a familiar, yes? Yes, but I'm not Cleon's. I'm a Zems. A Zems? Oh my! I do like that name as well, Coda. But if you belong to a Zem, then what has become of a visitor from Amaro? He was meant to arrive some time ago. All wildlife subjects are accustomed to the presence of long-term observers, but someone from outside of Elpis comes to visit, the reactions can be somewhat unpredictable, and occasionally violent. Would you be so kind as to track down Cleon and see that no harm has befallen him? Visitors don't wear masks, so he should be easy to follow. And if you happen to find him in the process of being mauled, you have my permission to terminate the offending subject. Safety first. Rest assured, I have no hatred for Hermes. I realize he only just kind of broke after that big revelation. Though I do strongly believe his statement on making mankind tested like we test, like these guys, I'm not, as if I'm one of them. Well, I guess technically I am. I'm a Zem after all. But yeah, like these guys overlook these creatures, but I don't think that's at all comparable. While there's certainly a discussion to be had about whether a creator is allowed to dispose of their creations if they are unsatisfied or done with them. The fact of the matter is, The ancients were not created by Hermes, Medion, or the others supposedly doing the judging, so I'm absolutely against what's going on, but I do get it. Whenever he wanted to have this discussion with others, they kind of just rebuked him and refused it. Not to say this justifies his creation of basically what amounted to a space probe in secret using poorly understood good research. That's, I guess in retrospect, that could only have ended poorly, huh? But yeah, the fact of the matter is, the fact that most of them just had trouble, didn't even want to talk about it, they had trouble empathizing with him, meant that he was pushed to try and figure things out for himself, which unfortunately caused a loop, because as Emmett pointed out, because he never spoke with anyone about his little project, he never realized the question he was asking, the whole meaning of life thing. That's not the way to go about it. The question itself was flawed from the get-go. So, it's a pretty terrible feedback loop, because no one was really interacting with Hermes with his problems. He never sought any help with his personal project, and as a result, the question he posited, those other planets were flawed, and as a result, the whole disaster got caused. It's a vicious cycle. Academia student expression. You're a visitor too, aren't you? Perhaps you might be willing to help me then. If you happen to see a blue-haired woman, she wouldn't have been wearing a mask. I see. She and I are students of the Academia and Eater, and we intended to spend our downtime visiting Elpis together. Oh, so this is the Ancients' idea of a vacation time? I guess that makes sense. I mean, Vanaz sort of implied that was kind of her case as well, since she even decided to give herself a summer home here of sorts. We were just on our way when she realized she forgot something back, and she ran back, and that's the last I saw of her. She can be how can I put it, scatterbrained, so she may have very well gotten lost on her way back. I'd rather not search for her myself, for what if she comes back while I'm away, so if it's not too much trouble, would you please look for her? Sure, that's what familiars like me are good for, are best for him. Like us, she won't be wearing a mask, so she should stand out. You'll find her in all likelihood. If you do come across her, could you help her out a bit? See that she makes it back? Unexpected guest. The Elpis Minotaur. Oh dear, I have the feeling I know what's gonna be bothering this guy when he gets here. Dang, this guy's pretty beefy. That was not an intentional pun, but I'm not taking it back. It is now intentional. Thank you for taking the initiative. I wasn't sure about the etiquette of destroying a creature under super observation. I'm Cleon, and recently arrived from Amaro. I assume Myra sent you to fetch me. That would be correct, yes. Well, we'd best not keep her waiting. Fear not, I'll avoid upsetting any more of the local inhabitants. I will teleport over here and, because I have the feeling I'm gonna have to actually walk her back. Because they really, really love those escort quests. Witness. That reminds me, what, have I unlocked any interesting titles since the story? The Mores. Oh no. Oops, I didn't want to set that one. Endwalker. Lighting Way. Where's the one I would normally use? These are PvP ones, I believe. From quests. These are from Beast Tribe quests. The Final Witness. This is from beating Bahamut. Let's see here. See, this is for completing the Realm Reborn Relic quest line, which is still probably one of the more frustrating ones to do. Redeemed. Those are story ones. These are quest ones. Where is it? Here we are, Makai things. Makai Master. The Makai titles are all from here we are, Kai Master. There was a crossover with the Garo, a tokusatsu series that was here for a couple expansions for most of Heaven's Ward and all of Stormblood before ending partway into Shadowbringers. The reason I use this title is, first of all, it took a bit of work. You have to get all of the event titles in order to get Makai Master, and also because that was an event title, you can no longer get it anymore. The event has ended. It might come back eventually, but it's hard to say. The Yokai Watch event did actually come back after a few years of. So it, in fact, technically had 2 reruns now that I think about it, so it's not impossible, but hard to say, I guess. Here we are, blue-haired student. Hello, Marianne from Golden Deer House. Oh no, that's the hairstyle's not right for that. Oh yes, can I help you? Oh, I do need directions somewhere. Not to be rude, but I beg of you, ask someone else. I happen to be lost myself. Well, actually, I'm here to help guide you. What was that? A woman asked you to come and find me? That would be my friend, no doubt. How embarrassing. I had hoped to keep this hopelessly directionless side of myself under wraps. I feel terrible leaving her like that, but I'd clean forgotten a task from one of my professors. I rushed back to collect the item I asked for, a lost item that he asked me to give to the appropriate person for relationship points, which I found, thankfully, but got rather turned around when attempting return. But don't you worry about me, I'll be fine on my own. Now, if I'm right, I should hit the road east will lead me to teleport. I know. I've got business with a friend anyways, I could escort you. Oh, you mean it, truly? Well, that is, if you're heading that direction anyway, I don't see why you shouldn't. If I'm able to get as far as the teleporter, I should be able to make the remainder on my own. Now, if you wouldn't mind. Okay, yeah, she can actually run, because unlike that, the survivor from Thavnair, she's actually not injured. I just have to go the long way around and I can get here. Not bad at all, really. Then I just turn in these 2 quests and I'll be in good shape. Then I'll have all the quest ones and... Oh dear, I should avoid... Yeah. I was more worried than I should have been. My red mage can handle the enemies in this area perfectly fine. That would be a problem if I tried to do Ultima Thule, given everything there is 89 or 90. But that's not too bad but I've already gotten... No, I'm not done with that area yet. I need to do those last 2 quests, but I'm going to do those... I'm probably going to just do those off stream since I already got the fun part, the exploration air currents. Ah, here we are. Natonius. What a relief to see a familiar sight. I should be alright now. After all, it's just a straight shot from here to Poitenoikos. Goodness, I'm gonna get the earful I'm gonna get from my friend. I've kept her waiting far too long. Well, I really should hurry. She's owed an explanation, heartfelt apology. Do come see us, though. I'd like to thank you properly. Probably move faster if I used a ninja who inherently has faster movement speed, or bard who has a party buff that increases everyone's move speed, but not a big deal. Like I said, this is entirely a relaxing stream. This is Myra, yes? Coda, thank you for seeing the safety of our guest. Indeed, my hesitancy to act would have ended poorly had your messenger not been there to shield me. And I'm certainly glad he was. Now we shall proceed shall we proceed the business of the day? I believe you had some certain concerns regarding your personal creations. Yes, as embarrassing as to admit, I was worried that the concepts registered the Bureau of Architect may not be fit for release in the wild. Oh, you didn't feel embarrassed. You wouldn't be the first visitor we've had who've expressed difficulty in helping their children leave the nest. We can look on them right now if you'd like. Should very much like, but I have one request. When you swooped in to rescue me, I was treated to an impressive display of battle prowess. An entity with your strength and instinct would be a perfect candidate for evaluating the worth of my modest creations. I insist you join us. What a fascinating notion. Yes, I agree with your assessment. Then we all go together. Whenever you are, Coda. Again, I'll be doing this later, though. It sounds like this is actually going to be a very interesting storyline as we see them create one of the creatures that will exist later on. Because technically, the creatures they make here, if the Laportes are to be believed, it's only about 12,000 years between this and our time, which means not much time for any kind of evolution to take place. What they make here is absolutely stuff that's going to exist in our time, and that's rather interesting. Thank you for your help. Truth be told, my friend first dashed off. I assume it was because she forgot an assignment for Metron. Lo and behold, I was right. We're studying the words of Metron at Academia Ander, learning all we can about generating the aquatic life from the selfsame master. Honestly, though, I've no idea why Metron would ask me to procure a flower of all things, and one still undergoing testing in Elpis. It's very beautiful, yes, but what does that have to do with geology? Well, nothing, but that's the point. Surely, it must be intended as a present, meant for Logrif. Metron is hopefully enamored, as we all know. Oh, that's right. These are the ones who eventually become the ones we meet up in the Eden raids. It's a Gaia and Artemis, yeah. Feel this isn't really news to me. Now that you mention it, I suppose we've seen sparks between them. I wonder why I've never noticed it before. Well, that settles it. We need to hurry back and begin the in-depth observation of the romantic entanglements. I can't believe I wasted all this valuable research time lost among the trees, and I would have wasted even more if not for you, good sir. Now that my friend and I are together again, we can get back to the Academia and deliver the flower to Metron before it wilts. Before we do a reward, you certainly deserve it. Ooh, I appreciate this. This is definitely one of the best rewards I could have asked for. King of the Hill one. Northeast. Okay, then. The fact that's not going up implies to me the players aren't there. If there's usually if it's a really small percentage like this, that means there's some NPC soldiers battling it. Well, not bad or anything. I guess, yeah, Elpis is probably going to be one of the last areas I do the Fate stuff on, because this is actually a bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing. And I definitely want to be at full power when I do it. Yeah, it's on here. Yep, there it is. Let's go collect it. Dang. The world unsundered. And I guess from the grand scheme of things, a lot more recent than I thought it would be. I thought it would be something like millions of years ago where they make the proto-everything animals, but no, it's actually comparatively more recent, since the Laportes only said they were made about 12,000 years ago. And that depends on we don't know if Heidelin made them immediately after that landed, after the world was sundered, but... Alright, southeast. So, this way. Oh, you know what? I bet it's on this island here. Let's take a look. And that's a player, so they're probably there for, Oh, they already unlocked flight, that's why. Directly south from here. You unlock this expansion, Stone Sky Sea. Oh! Huh. Oh, that was a question. I'm sorry. I thought you were answering my question regarding what one of the quests here did that unlocked something but didn't have a... no, I have not, actually. I've been, very lazy lately. I haven't been logging in much because, well, first of all, I've been caught up with the holiday stuff, and also I've been just trying to relax at the end of the year. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I need to do this first. Is there one in this area? Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be all the way over there, so let's do precisely that. Alright, let's get in here. Yeah, I'll need to unlock that in a bit. I actually have to look as to where I unlock the Stone Sky Sea, because that is kind of useful. Browse Hunt. Okay, I'll go back there as soon as I can to figure it out. Right by the aether. Oh, it shouldn't take too long to do then. North. Purely north, so yeah, it's in this general area here. Primordial Hippogriff. Surf. Ah, here we are. Let's grab this thing then. Dang, that's actually really neat. Haven't seen the waterfall come over there. I really do like the areas for this expansion. Even my least favorite labyrinth, though, has a lot of really neat stuff to them. Alright, now let's see where this one says next. 500 of the south, which means I'm getting... Yep. Let's just teleport directly to the 12 Wonders here. To the east. First things first, let me repair while I'm here. Given its body weight and the effort it requires to maintain aloft. I would say this creature can fly for... I'm gonna be honest, for a minute I was worried, oh crap, is he gonna be making that B-movie quote? But no, he did not. He was just figuring out how long a butterfly can fly for. If it's that close, that means, yep, there it is. There it is, there it is. To the west, that implies it's going to be right across the bridge here. Yeah, around here somewhere, so we shall walk all the way there. Southeast. Should be around here somewhere. Ugdrian. Those look really cool. Southeast. So it's gonna be on top of there somewhere. But I have to go this way anyway, so might as well go over. Southwest, which means it should be around. If it's that close, and that means, yep, there it is, hidden between those two pillars. Clever little bugger, but I found you. Tuning the ether current allows you better understand the area's movement of the winds. Alright, where's the next one? Northeast. You know what, let's just teleport over here immediately and see where it says then. I imagine there's quite a few in this area, though. Purely north. Meaning it's probably behind the building entirely, if I had to guess. Especially since they like to hide in these in areas you're not necessarily going to be traveling to most of the time. Or they're always just slightly off the beaten path. Yep. We don't have much reason to go here normally. In fact, I actually could have gotten it when I was doing that escort mission, but it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure I've gotten all the quests for this area done. Ah, yeah, only 3 left, so and all the quests are done, so it shouldn't be too bad. Eerily East, eh? It might be in the morning dew. But if not, I'm going to guess it's probably in the Lethe. Leth. I've seen that pronounced so many different ways. Let's fill it up. East. Okay, so yeah, there is indeed going to be one in the morning dew. Oh, get it, morning dew. That's a silly pun. Yeah, there it is. I was looking at that, but then wait. That was all wait. Monadros. Hello, buddy. I love my work, yet times such as this the mind wanders. Where might I go? What monuments of man's ingenuity might I see, had I only the time to spare? Alright, ether current absorbed. Okay, yeah, northwest. That means it's absolutely in this area here. In order to go there, I need to go first to Poitanoikos and then teleport up there, and teleport to the side. There's only 2 left, so it shouldn't be too bad to travel all the way over there. And unlocking flight should make progress here a lot easier. What's in a name? Maybe later. Those are the mini elementals, the ones that run the 12's wood. I do know there's a few interesting quests here. Many of which end up being callbacks to stuff from previously, because like I said, because everything in here is comparatively recent, none of the creatures that were sent to the world have had time to evolve or anything, so everything they create here more or less exists. Then again, the adaptation evolution does exist in this game. I was gonna ask, would everything just create in this universe? No, not everything was created by the ancients. Plenty of them have adapted to the new areas as well, so they've been living for a while. There we are. Alright, this is the where I want to be, right? Wait, that means there was actually one over here, actually. Okay, let's go back. Apparently there's one in here. I guess I can't be surprised the majority of them are in the generally the main, yeah, most seem to be in the main, not that one. This one. The main Ananorisis area. That seems to be where most of them I saw were. Most islands seem to have at least one. West. Yeah, so yeah, there's at least one on this island. Yeah, the majority of these islands at least have one. So definitely giving a reason to explore all of them. Ah, there it is. See it right there. Attuning. There. Wait, to the south? First of all, I need to get out of here. I can teleport while in combat, so just hurry up and get away. It's another in the Poitanoikos area. Interesting. I could swear there's going to be one around here. Well, you know what? I bet there was one there, and I got it during the main story. 600 south. If it's that high, it may actually be in the 12 Wonders. because there's no way it's going to be on the No Nepaphorion, since I can't fly there yet. Northwest, yep. It's somewhere here on 12 Wonders. Butterfly Kisses of Death. Should be around here somewhere. Maw. That is probably a hunt target. Oh, there it is. Don't know why. I should probably look around my surroundings before using... No, I had no way of knowing if I was that close or not. Either way, this should be the final one if I'm right. There we are. Freebird Elpis. The Aether current attunement complete. I could probably kill it, but... Well, no, I can't actually. That's 90. Its HP is likely way too high, and its damage would be too much for a red mage to handle as well. Even if I summoned my Chocobo to help me, it probably would be overwhelming. Now, as Reaper, I probably could, but then again, some of the stronger hunt targets are a bit annoying to try and solo. Likely by design, if I had to wager. Got my researcher prepared to die. Grand designs. I'm going for a bit over 3 hours. Looks like I've unlocked basically everything except Ultima Thule, and Ultima Thule... Fortified Fort. Actually, let's go here, see if I can't finish the stream by unlocking everything in Ultima Thule as well. Finishing off by getting all of my, Freebird, yeah, and map the area. Now, I need to get the plus quests. Most of them were in the Omicron base, and I imagine that's no coincidence. That's odd. There's no quest with a plus here. How is that possible? No wind beneath our wings. Stellar. The tier. Maybe if I unlock these areas. Oh, but I should actually be very careful because, yeah, these are all 89-90. I cannot handle them on my red mage. I actually will have to waste the experience, for better or for worse. Sucks, but not much I can do here. Where are these quests, then? I love this song so much. Yeah, last two I need in this area are from quests, but there are none here. I don't get it. Let's repair my gear. Oh, I already did. Wait, I saw they eat it? Oh, wow. Yeah, that is absolutely out of date. Do I have something a bit more recent? No, because accessories are something you unlocked. Yeah, that's level 88. That's too high for this particular job. I need to be Reaper for this because I can't afford to get obliterated. Alright, let me just look this up to be safe, because clearly I'm missing something here. How did I miss those? Darn it. Dead inside. Oh dear. Looks like that one's almost done. Yeah, it's gonna complete before I can even get there, so I'll just head over these quests, ending as one, and a most stimulating discussion. A thinking Aya. The thinking Aya is quite visibly ruminating. How fortunate you are, corporal being, for we are in need of your assistance. As I'm sure you saw, some of my kind dripping about the untamed wild just over there. As I understand, they are binding their spirits together as one in hopes of diluting their consciousness and thereby erasing their sorrows. Unfortunately, the resulting amalgam doubtless longs for more minds to incorporate, and if the other Ea approach it, we may be drawn to the glowing mass against our will. The corporal form seems to outweigh your mental capacity, so we should be safe. However, please destroy the collected consciousness before it destroys us all. Your readily acceptance gladdens me. I believe if you lay waste to 2 wandering souls, the amalgam will appear. Do be aware that while your mind is safe, it may present other dangers should it realize what you are attempting. Having this area start with a weird the instrumental's theme and slowly become this song over time is just so memorable. They appear to be staring right through you. Pardon me, traveler, I lack a sense of time as perceived by those with finite lifespans. May you spare a moment to speak with some of my fellow Ea? It is rare to find one so unmarred by the scars of deepest wisdom. Your appearance and perceptions as an outsider differ so much from my own. I wonder if degree action might prove stimulating for both parties. Much obliged. I shall mark their location on your map. They tend to spend considerable time frequenting their usual haunts. Oh my, these are all across here. But it's not a very large landmass, I should be fine. Alright, so I need to kill drifting Ayas and summon up the big boy. See. Empty promise. I like that they give those custom animations for those guys. Alright, I need to do this. Fallen from grace. I've no need for an imperfect form. Oopsie, ended that a bit too early. Well, no big deal. Guess I can take a moment to, first of all, heal. Inquisitive Aya. Here we are. We'll speak to the Inquisitive Aya and then come back. Gives me time to heal. He must be that traverser from beyond who's been causing quite the stir at our abode. A stroke of luck. In fact, I had been hoping that I might have the opportunity to exchange thoughts with you and companions. You see, I have long willed away my days in listless banality, drifting waywardly as my mental facilities dulled and slowed. I so longed to strike up stimulating conversation, and for so long none would pay me a visit. That said, I never imagined you have such a strange physical form. Pray tell, how do you keep your balance? What keeps your innards from spilling out through one of the multiple orifices in your body? Oh, pardon me, I mean no offense. Clearly life in your world found a shape to be suitable, perhaps even necessary for survival. Perhaps our original form was equally horrifying. Hello, fellow casters. At least I have a decent supply of bicolored gems. Beast Tribe. Should they be in here? Oh, there's a laid back Aya. How curious, an unfamiliar corporal life form called out to me as I wait in vain for the inevitable coming of the end. This is indeed a chance for a lifetime, perhaps many lifetimes, and so I pose to you a question. Tell me, Trevor, what's the true nature of life in the universe? 42. I actually think I remember reading about this. I remember from the movie and the memes that the robot that just creates the ultimate answer was because created the answer, the life universe and everything as 42 because they hadn't it was the answer to the question that no one asked. And then apparently in one of the later books, they discover the ultimate question, something like, what's 6 times 9, or something that clearly does not equal 42, and that's the joke right there. As much as I like the meme answer, I kind of want to go with an eternal adventure. I want to go with something he might connect to a bit better. It would seem you still have much to learn, and yet I almost envy your blissful ignorance. It reminds me... Okay, so he probably gives this response no matter what I said. Reminds me of feelings that I and my kind have long since forgotten. The end of our universe is inevitable. Our actions will entirely devoid of meaning. That is the one and only truth of existence. Another one. Meditating Aya. What a curious being you are. Have my peers discovered how to regain their corporal forms while I was lost in thought? No, of course not. Come to think of it, I don't wonder if we ever possessed that peculiar form you now do. Oh dear, I fear this always happens when I delve too much into such ruminations. At the very moment I attempt to regain clarity, it triggers the most unpleasant reaction. If my fellow Aya have not found a way for us to require a corporality, it falls to me to meditate further on the matter. In any event, pray leave me to my considerations. I guess I just wasn't looking hard enough when I missed those quests. Ah well. At least here, this means I can end the stream on having unlocked flight in all areas. And that's going to be a nice thing to end, a nice note to end the year on. Actually, I still need to go to Razathan to unlock the Stone Sea Sky, so I'll end on that. End up making a highlight clip of my walk the final quest, the You Are Not Alone quest. It's probably the most memorable part of the whole expansion for me, and It reminded me, even if no one's watching, the fact that I can get my raw emotions, my feelings on something on stream like that. That's one of the things I like about streaming. I may not be able to get my initial reactions from the ones I didn't record, but at least I'll be able to record the ones going forward. I see you made quick work of the amalgam. Of course, it is well within each AIA's rights to choose when they wish to extend their own existence, but to force others to join them, however accidentally, is another matter. This whole ordeal has led me to contemplate how I should meet my own. But forgive me, I forgot such matters left a choice for your kind. Truthfully, I envy you, to go forth each day full of vigor, not knowing when lives will be snuffed out. It must feel incredible. My apologies if I've made you uncomfortable. I'm unused to speaking with mortals. Be assured that I appreciate your help, and you've given me much to think about regarding death, or perhaps even life. Hello, Nonuk. I spoke with them all. Did you encounter my acquaintances? I can only hope that they derive some sort of stimulation from conversing you, as I myself did. If so, we may yet discover means of obtaining the moratorium known as death. Until that time, should you ever be in the mood for discussion of profound or inevitable meaninglessness of the universe, we'll be there waiting. Yes, always waiting. And here we are. Ultima Thule, attunement complete. Frequent flyer 4. That's the one for unlocking flight in all areas. But since we're here, I'd like to see all the areas of the Ultima Thule has to offer. Although if I'm doing that, I should probably do it as Red Mage to get experience. So let's not waste it, shall we? Nothing there, but there might be a quest there eventually. During the patch cycle, there are sometimes quests that ask you to travel to a flight area. Well, no, some side quests do in general, but I think they stopped ever since they made it so that side quests now scale to your level. Either way, it's going to be nice doing this when I level my alts. That way I can do ice plus hydraulic. Ah, yes. This area is a huge meme right now because a boss spawns here at an extremely, extremely low rate and they drop a mount or something. I forget which it is exactly, but something. It's enough that some people have waited for hours on end just to wait for it to spawn. I'll probably be joining them eventually, but I will not worry about it. Rest assured, if I decide to raid or anything, I will take my job, my Reaper job seriously, as I should, but... mapping the realm, Ultima Thule. More, islands seemingly in the middle of nowhere with seemingly no purpose. Will a purpose be here eventually? I'd like to think so. Alrighty, let's go back to Razathan. Still love this song. They absolutely killed it with a lot of the music in this. Well, actually, they always kill with the music. Even so. Even. I can't believe I actually didn't realize, though, when everyone helps against the final boss, I did notice I did notice that it was a callback to the realm original end of an era, and the Realm Reborn, when they all prayed to try and find a way to stop Bahamut. But I somehow forgot that is also a reference to Final Fantasy IV, when the final battle with Zeromus, your buddy's back on the planet side, give you their hopes and prayers to help you defeat him. Hardly looking radiant. He's waiting for your word with word on a new facility. Hail, adventurer. I had sincerely hoped you might return to this fair city of ours someday. After all, it's thanks to you and the Scions I'm standing before you right now. As a token of my gratitude, I wish to share something useful with you. Although I shan't be doing the sharing, seek out my sharp-eyed comrade for the details. Oh, I see, I have to be Reaper for this. And I have the... Yeah, because you need Stone CC. Sky as the level cap for that particular expansion. For anyone who doesn't play this game, Stone Sea Sky is basically you attack a dummy in a certain period of time, and whether or not you can kill it in time tells you whether or not you have enough DPS to battle the boss. It does not do any mechanics, unfortunately. It is purely a matter of, are you strong enough to beat this boss within a reasonable time frame? Because if you can kill it within that time before the mechanics are in, then it's just a matter of refining yourself to make sure you do the mechanics right. Ah yes, you must be the adventurer I heard about. That gleam in your eyes suggests you're worthy of Burning Field after all. Ah, forgive me, I suppose I should more respect the hero Razahan. You are doubtless quite busy, so I won't waste your time. Permit me to introduce you to the Burning Field, a steam training area where we hone our skills preparing for failing your enemies in combat. You'll find no distractions, just you and the wooden dummy. Imagine the fearsome foe stands before you and strike with all your might. The design of the dummy itself originates from the Far East, as does the practice of bashing repeatedly to attain martial mastery. It said he who fights with the strength of stone and yielding, breathes deep with the boundless sky, and embraces the serenity of the rolling sea. Against him none can stand. Oh yeah, that's Stone Sea Sky. I can tell you're eager to start training. Very well, I have no doubts you can worthy such a place. In that case, feel free to practice. Simply speak to me when you wish and I'll be your guide. I believe I speak on behalf of the Radiant Host when I say it's an honor to provide assistance to the adventurers such as yourself. With that, I let the striking commence. Burning Field, an expansion of Stone Sea Sky. The training ground can be accessed from here anytime I wish. Excellent. Unlocked flight in all zones, and I've unlocked Stone Sea Sky, so when I get the gear and decide to start raiding for real, it'll be there. Alright, I think that's all for tonight. Thank you for watching, hope you had a good time. And, again, I won't be streaming for the rest of the years. I'll be focusing on the New Year stuff. But if you would like to see more of my content, there's a link to my YouTube channel in my About page. I have that set to be updating for the foreseeable future, so be sure to check that out. Alright, thank you, and I'll see you next time.